This episode is brought to you by Audible.
Welcome. No, it's fucking not.
We do not have a sponsor.
Alright, okay, I'm sorry. Wrong. Sorry. Wrong sponsor.
No, it's not even wrong. We don't have a sponsor.
You know, when we like to go traveling, what we like to do
oh my God.
is to work with our internet settings. So that's why we use NordVPN. NordVPN.
You don't even know what that is.
I do know what it is, jerk. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the.
No, explain it.
A virtual private network means you are connecting to some other Wi-Fi. You're using your connection to bounce off another connection, something like that.
So you're stealing people's Wi-Fi.
Okay. Anyways.
So it's like a proxy server.
Yes, it's a proxy. All right, everybody, welcome to the Ink Brothers Podcast, Season 3, Electric Boogaloo.
Boogaloo?
My name is Royal Dude Lorenzo. I'm the blue squid here on the Inkling Brothers Podcast.
My name is Ray, also known as Meatloaf I'm the purple squid on the Inkling Brothers Podcast.
I'm Isaac. I'm the red squid.
And I'm Eric.
Yep.
He doesn't play Splatoon. Eric doesn't play Splatoon.
That's the
And we also have Henry listening in. He'll be talking limited because he's pretty sick.
Yeah.
But
and am I the yellow squid? Is that my color?
I don't know what Rabio is.
Am I yellow?
You choose your color.
The choices are yours.
The Rabio squid.
You choose your color. It's like a choose your own adventure book, except you get to choose.
Or you could be Spike.
I'll be purple again.
Purple?
Yeah, exactly.
He's already purple.
Exactly, I get to choose what I want.
He could be purple too.
Oh my God. Alright. Anyways,
I'll be yellow.
Violet.
Everyone, it's been a while.
Periwinkle.
And I just want to start this off by saying, we're so sorry.
Oh my God.
You knew it was coming, Ray. Why do you tell me that all the time? You know it's coming.
I was listening to an old episode yesterday while I was out doing an errand, and literally you start the podcast off with, "We're sorry."
We're so sorry.
You started off like that episode of South Park. Yeah, where the gas company behind that oil spill from forever ago made a commercial. We're sorry. We're sorry.
But anyways, we are back, everybody. 2019 is here. Happy 2019, everybody. It is a good year. This is a year of progress, all right? We're going to be doing good things. Hopefully do more episodes of the Inkling Brothers podcast. And then Ray's going to come to me in 2 weeks and say, RIP. Because we don't even know.
That's his new bruh at this point. RIP.
But look, we are honestly gonna try. We're busy people, but we're gonna try and do a weekly thing. Honestly. So without further ado, everybody, welcome to season 3. I think we already played the intro, so I don't need to replay it. On that note, we've been on YouTube for 2 years now. Look at that. 2 years.
2 years.
In terms of this podcast, yeah.
There's been yeah, we've been on for a while, but this is our second year that we've been on here. Despite everything, you know, we still managed to put out content for 2 years now from the Inkling Brothers podcast, which is really cool. I think we started this in 2017. But anyways, I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy the content that we're going to produce for you this year. So, without further ado, this is my second time saying that, let's start talking...
You sure love doo-doo. You just keep mentioning it over and over again.
Well, you know what, mate? If you're not assigned a fetish at the beginning of 2019...
We're off to a great start.
Alright, now you're stealing my joke! That was my joke! And you're trying to take it. I was the one who made that joke! I was the one who said if you don't have a fetish by the time 2019 starts, you're automatically assigned one.
Yes, but that's true. We gave Ray hentai,
if you do not have
and we
an
gave
attorney,
Henry transformations, right? Right, Ray Henry, you have transformations, and Ray has hentai.
Yeah, and Isaac has armpit.
Yes.
Way to put me out there, man.
What? Nothing.
Wait,
Nothing.
You blow my
mean
spot on a
way to
podcast.
pit me out there?
Yo, you're that armpit dude from the podcast, right?
They're not gonna look at you that
I'm
way.
about to just like fucking dub this podcast now. And that's it. Put me out of the first new podcast 2019. Armpit dude. No, I'm not on that podcast. Bros, what's that?
I mean, you could deny it if you want.
No, just exposed.
Man, I can't wait for this year's panel. Whenever.
Well, at least it won't be as bad as anyone into shit fetishes, like you just said. Everyone in 2019.
Isaac, I
The
never
only
said
thing
it
I
was
have-
a weird fetish at all. Why are you acting this way?
Welcome to 2019, everyone. So let's all start off by talking about our favorite thing here.
You better.
Thought
edit
he
it
was
out.
about to say our favorite fetishes.
All right, first edit request. You cut out the whole part about fetishes, and we're good.
So over the last 3 years, something that I think has been, and Eric and I and Ray were talking about this right before the podcast started. One of the things that's been gaining a lot of popularity over the years is isekai anime. Isekai means you're reborn in another world.
Also, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Wow, you really gotta always make it Pokemon related somehow.
I mean, Pokemon is a lot of games, to be fair.
I know, I'm just joking.
But so like we had ReZero, KonoSuba.
Sorry about that.
We had
That time I was
Overlord,
reanimated as a slave.
the
Sword
time that
Art,
we were
if
you
reincarnated
wanna count
as a
that.
slime. Sword Art, yeah, I think I kind of count Sword Art.
I mean, it is. I'm just saying if you want to count it.
Are we
because
only counting?
that-
Are we
Oh.
only counting anime versions of this? Because.
Oh yeah, I mean, well that's why I said isekai, but I mean obviously it's happened a lot in like real life, like
So wait, you're reborn as something different?
yes, or a different version of yourself. For example, the time I was reincarnated as a slime, the guy dies and becomes a slime ball.
Yeah.
The
thing
in
that,
KonoSuba, the guy he dies and he becomes an adventurer in another world. In ReZero, he stays himself, but he just goes to a different world. So there are
Yeah,
levels to this.
The thing that really started that whole franchise, if I recall, or genre rather, if I recall correctly, is a franchise called Dot Hack, which is something that spans like
Oh,
games, manga, anime, stuff like that. I've never played or seen any of them, but it's basically like the godfather of isekai.
I've heard of Dot Hack, but I never actually played.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I've heard of it too. I just haven't
Same.
played it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a good series. Like, well, not a series. It's a good genre. I think there's a lot to it.
You know what my
Um,
favorite entry in that genre is?
What?
Well,
For reborn, animes where you're reborn? What about Inside John Malkovich?
I was waiting for something like that.
That's an anime? Doesn't sound like an anime.
It's
Sounds
a great
like
anime.
That sounds
Isaac,
like a
I
book.
will de-offer us that reference.
We're sure that's not a book. Because that
It's one
sounds
of the best.
Are you trying to reference the movie being John Malkovich? Because I thought you just said Inside.
Being John Malkovich. That's the movie,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But it's about being inside of John Malkovich. One of the best reborn.
Isaac, we're not
animes.
here for pornos, dude.
What the fuck?
Wait, you were just talking about fetishes like a minute ago.
Word, I
dude.
was just gonna say that too. We were
You
just
with
talking about-
pornos.
you said doo-doo like 4 times already.
Do you have a shit fetish? You into
I think
scat?
I think he does.
Rip.
No,
Lawrence
bro,
got a
no.
shit porn fetish.
Oh no.
You're not gonna deny it right away? What
I
are you
already
doing?
did.
Back to Rebirth anime.
Jeez, I was waiting for you to be like,
in
no,
all
what the
honesty,
fuck?
I like as much as people hate it. I like Sword Art Online. I think it's pretty good.
I
Like,
swear to God, I thought you were gonna say as
First
much
two
as people
seasons.
hate it. I am into scat. I was like, Isaac.
you're not helping yourself, dude.
What do you mean? He just called you out.
I
I
said
don't
no.
have a shit fetish, but he keeps talking about it, so it sounds like he.
Did you know John Malkovich was in Advanced Warfare?
Wait, was he?
Oh wait, he was.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he was in
I
that
know.
game.
I know the other. What's his name? He was on House of Cards. Kevin Spacey.
Oh, Kevin Spacey, yeah. Remember when we mistook Kevin Spacey being in one of the games and Ray, like, pointed it out? She's like, no, you're wrong.
Wait, isn't...
Wait, Kevin Spacey? But he was in one of the games.
No, but you and me thought he was in another game.
Oh.
It was something like that, or it was either that or we were confused about the release date for Advanced Warfare. And then Ray was like, objection! Here you go!
Isn't John
He, like,
Malkovich...
made
There's a line
sure.
in the game where he's just like...
Because you guys
He's in
mentioned
a
it in a
van with, like,
previous
some
King
soldiers.
Triforce
He points
podcast
to his
years
school.
ago, and I remember you guys talking about it.
Well, Ray, we don't remember everything.
Kevin Spacey's in a van and he with some soldiers and he points up to us. Down the road, there's a great middle school full of children over there.
Oh,
Oh no.
rip.
Wait, is that true?
He says something along the lines of, down the road here, there's a great children's middle school.
In House of
It's just
Cards?
like- no, in Advanced Warfare.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Because he's the enemy in that game.
Yeah, he is. He is.
John...
In
Wait,
real life,
isn't
he's
John
the enemy.
Malkovich, like, an actor?
Yes.
Yes,
I'm
he
saying-
is.
I mean, he's in a movie, so that would make him an actor.
No, but there's a movie called Being John Malkovich.
Yes, he's a real actor.
What?
What kind
Oh,
of
yo, he was in Of Mice and Men.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, what?
He was
Yeah,
Lenny in Of Mice and Men. Holy shit.
It's based off a real person, Lawrence.
So
That's
what-
crazy. Wow, he was really good in that.
Yeah, I liked him a lot there.
Guys, welcome to the John Malkovich podcast. My name is
Yeah.
I'm John Malkovich.
John
Next to me,
Malkovich
I have
reborn
my
as a
co-host,
slime.
John Malkovich, and we have with us our guest, John Malkovich.
Well, rip.
He was in Transformers Dark of the Moon. He was in that shitty Jonah Hex movie.
Oh God.
I
He
love
was in
how
that-
he says
Jonah
it's in
Hex
that,
even
in
had
that
a
film.
movie.
I'm John Malkovich.
He was in that. He was in Penguins of Madagascar, which is actually good.
Yeah.
Wait, as who?
See, as Dave, an octopus.
Yo,
Oh.
he's in
The
Smash.
fuck?
Yeah.
He's in Smash?
He's DLC.
Okay. John Malkovich is
Spider-Pack killed
DLC
him.
character 2.
Don't ever ask me for anything ever again.
Malkovich!
Unless your
John
name was John Malkovich.
Malkovich.
No, the full name, Ray.
Yo,
John
actually-
Malkovich.
Ray, make him a me in Smash.
Oh my god.
Ray, you're pretty good at those, so yeah, you could do it.
So we can fight tonight, am I right?
I have my best me engineer on the job, Ray. Ray.
John Malkovich versus the irate black man. Got it.
Oh my God.
Yo, be careful, Ray. We have some fans from Brooklyn.
Bruh.
Um,
You know there's black people everywhere, right, Isaac?
Oh, God. Ray.
We have fans in Brooklyn, Ray. What's that supposed to mean?
you know, that got me thinking. I was just thinking about,
About John Malkovich?
About
yes.
black people?
No, what?
What the fuck?
What is this, guys?
Ray, what's wrong with
This is
you?
the John Malkovich podcast.
Yo, John Malkovich was in that Bird Box movie.
With,
Apparently.
Wait, was he?
Was he? No, he
Yeah.
wasn't.
He was.
Welcome
Wait.
to the John Malkovich podcast. My name is
Yeah,
John Malkovich.
I'm just looking at his IMDb. That's why I'm shouting these things out.
I
Wait,
have
hold
my
on.
co-host
Are you,
here.
wait, are you going to tell me now?
We have our
that-
guest, John Malkovich, with John Malkovich.
Are you going to tell me now that John Malkovich was in the Lego movie?
What? What?
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, you're asking me. I thought you were saying
No,
it.
because
I'm
it
like,
seems
I don't.
he's been in every single movie.
That's obviously not true. Stop exaggerating. And no, he was not in Lego.
Lawrence.
I like that there's actually an answer to it. No, he was
I mean,
not
he's
in
in
Lego
Smash,
movie.
Lawrence. Why else would he not be in every movie?
Lawrence,
looking at his filmography.
Yes, Lawrence. He is in every movie ever made somewhere.
Lawrence,
He's gotta look for him.
unmute the SpongeBob movie right now, and you will hear him in it right now.
Wait, was he actually in that?
No, no.
Okay.
He was in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Are you on his IMDb page too
No,
now?
I'm on his Wikipedia.
Oh, okay.
Same thing, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
No, I think there's more on there on IMDb. But yeah, so John Malkovich is the star of isekai anime from now on.
We went from Isekai to John Malkovich.
He's one of the best manga writers of isekai manga.
He's super into manga.
He created
So,
the genre.
For those of you guys that are curious,
He's
though,
up there with one of the best Japanese artists, right next to game developer Masahiro Sakurai, who I have a picture of right here.
Oh my god, there we
Please
go.
don't
He's gonna
picture
fucking
Masahiro
post
Sakurai.
the. You know what?
Insert the photo of the great Masahiro Sakurai.
no, Ray, this is your
Thank you.
fault, Ray.
What do you mean?
That got
You're giving him
Yo,
the power.
This goes full circle because Lars was thinking about black people.
What the
Ray,
hell?
what? No, that was Ray. That wasn't Lawrence.
What were you talking about? It was
Lars
Clark.
one who said that got me thinking, and Ray was like, "I'm black."
Black.
All right. So besides that, so the reason I brought that up is because recently I actually just finished watching. Already watched the KonoSuba sub, but Crunchyroll came out and made a dub series.
Country roll. Hannah Montana's on
Crunchyroll.
Country roll,
What?
featuring songs by Billy Ray Cyrus and Dolly Parton.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so they
It's funny, actually. I have a segue for that, but
Yeah.
I'll do it later.
But yeah, so they
For Hannah Montana.
Do it now. Do it now.
No, I'll do it later.
they came out with a KonoSuba dub on Crunchyroll, and it was fun. It was good because like yeah, it was that sort of fun because like you imagine how these characters are gonna like if you watch KonoSuba the sub, then you imagine how these characters would sound in the dub, and that's exactly what they sound like. You have people like Erica Mendez who voiced Ryoko.
Like me? Like Eric? Oh shit.
Yes. Who voiced Agretsuko in the Retsuko in the Agretsuko cute little anime thing. And she's voicing Megumin, but she also voiced she voiced a lot of people. She's pretty up there. And then you have is it Christina V? Is that who you said, Eric?
What from the KonoSuba dub?
Yeah.
Yeah, she voices Darkness.
Yeah, it's really good. And I will be honest, her voice does kind of remind me of Urza. So, but yeah, there are a lot of really good dubs, and I don't know, I forget who Aqua's voiced by, but Aqua has a really good voice too. But it's like you watch it and you're just like, wow, I imagine exactly how this was.
Wow.
And
That's exactly what he
there
thinks.
was a moment actually, and I was telling the guys about this where Kazuma literally goes, "Yo, this is lit," and I'm like, "What?"
Bruh.
Wait, does he actually say that?
Yeah, he said, "This is lit."
Playing an anime.
Oh right, he does say that.
He's
yeah.
talking about and this is not really a spoiler. It's more like this episode was, I think, was more just for comedic purposes, but they move into a mansion and he's really like, I guess he's really horny and he wants to get these succubi.
Did you say he's really horny?
Yes, and he wants to get
Okay.
these succubi being like, they're demons
Ooh.
essentially. But what they do, like, they're dream succubi, so what they do is they give you wet dreams essentially. But like, and they give you
Nice.
really nice dreams, and like you get to choose everything in that dream, and he's asking questions like, is there an age limit, or like, can I have anybody in there? And he does. He ends up getting a succubi lolly, let me just say.
Oh.
But
You got
Nice.
jealous, didn't you?
but then when he asked the
Oh wait, a
girl,
lolly. Oh.
when he asked the girl this question,
No, it's too late. You can't take it back now.
When he
It's
asked-
on
I
video.
didn't hear him say lolly. I heard.
No, it's too late. It's too late.
when
No,
he
fuck
asked
that.
when he asked the girl that the succubi is like, yo, can I really have everything? He's like, yo, this is lit. And I'm like,
Nice.
what?
Nice. That's awesome.
Did they write that in the script?
He says this is lit.
This is lit.
On flyer?
But and so it's really funny, and I honestly really enjoyed the dub watching it again. So obviously there's probably going to be a season 2 dub, and then eventually, when KonoSuba comes out with the season 3, that might eventually be dubbed as well. But yeah, I mean, like that's probably there. Also, ReZero has a dub on Funimation if any of you want to get into that as well. Personally, I'm more of a fan of dubbed anime, just because it's easier for me to focus on. But that doesn't mean I hate subbed anime. I will gladly watch a subbed anime or a subbed movie if I have to.
It's a case by case
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, exactly. Like if they like what I'm saying is that if there is a dub, I'll probably watch. Well, like I'll probably watch the dub, but if there is no dub, I'll resort to the sub. Like it's not a big problem. But yeah, KonoSuba, watch it. We're not
I'll check it
sponsored
out.
by Crunchyroll.
I'm
but
curious
go
now
ahead,
about
watch
the
it.
succubi, not the lolly ones. Just the regular.
Mm-hmm.
He's in denial.
No, I'm not. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. So, you said that real fast. But, my segue when you mentioned Hannah Montana, and this is just a thing that I do occasionally, because I usually watch sub, because I just prefer watching, most of the time, not always, I prefer just watching, the original language it was recorded in. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same, it's not even with just anime, it's the same with, like, movies in general. Like, if I watch a Korean horror film, I'm not watching the English dub, especially because some of
Who
the ones
does
out
that?
there was a Korean movie called Volcano High that
Oh.
of all people MTV got a hold of, and they got people like Snoop Dogg to dub the movie, which was a whole thing. Yeah, but
I want to hear how this sounds like. It sounds hella interesting. Snoop Dogg?
yeah, Snoop Dogg and a bunch of other rappers were like dubbing a Korean movie.
Oh my God.
I don't know why.
Oh,
Of
man.
all things to pick up, they picked up that. But yeah, I tend to just watch the original language with subtitles because I don't mind reading it all.
That sounds like
I
an
thi-
awful dub because you wouldn't even.
No, it is. I've seen. I've heard some of it. It's
You
really.
can tell it's Snoop Dogg. Like you can't.
You really could.
This is
But,
so bad. Oh my God.
But yeah, I tend to watch like sub in general, and so there are occasionally I'm able to recognize certain voice actors, even though they speak a language that I don't understand, obviously. But like I'm able to recognize. I mentioned this in the chat way back as like a little joke, but the guy who voices Lancer in Fate also voices Knuckles from the Sonic series, which is incredible to me because they're like two completely different.
Do you
So
know
I like-
Ray?
So like,
Bro.
and someone fucking made a meme of that with Lancer because they share the same voice actor.
Ugandan
But-
Lancer.
Yeah, Ugandan Lancer, literally. I think I sent it. But so if you want to find it, you could look it up in the chat. But so like
It's work is work.
in the
Especially
same way
voice
that I like going through filmographies and stuff for like American actors, I sometimes do that for like Japanese people. And there's always a section on them for dubbing, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting that, you know, they have to dub like Western made stuff. And I go to search for it, and my mind is blown at some of these things that I learned. So like the same guy who voices Lancer and Knuckles in Japan, he did the dub for Spot in My Little Pony for Japan. So that's a thing. So Lancer's in My Little Pony now. It's canon. But
Wait, hang on.
and
Okay.
the guy, one really big VA in Japan, the guy who's the Japanese voice for Okabe in Steins Gate,
Mm-hmm.
who also has a really good English voice actor, by the way. But the Japanese guy, Miyano is his last name. I looked at his dubbing thing, and he's done stuff like Hannah Montana the movie,
Nice.
and get this, he voiced Peter Parker in Into the Spider-Verse
Oh, nice.
for the dub for that. So
This is
Okabe is Spider-Man now. That's
Yeah.
canon.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Amazing.
This
That's
dude
beautiful.
is literally taking every job.
Oh,
he's
you're talking
ever
about one of
found
the
him.
Diamond Dogs.
Yeah, this guy is
He's really
super
not
big
caring.
in Japan. If you look at his his filmography, he's done a ton of video games and anime and shit. It goes on for a while.
Wait,
he was also in Persona 5 and shit
or
like
an
that.
American voice actor?
This is the Japanese voice actor I'm talking
okay.
about. That's why I'm talking about like the funny like dub things they've done for like Western stuff. Because it's like, yeah, this big prolific Japanese VA did the dub for Hannah Montana.
That's
They give a shit about Hannah Montana in Japan?
I guess so.
Yo,
fuck?
so
Wait, what?
it's funny
like,
that you guys
there was a
bring
movie
this
for
up.
Hannah Montana?
Yeah.
It's funny that you guys bring this up because there's actually a
Dude, where
video
were you in
from,
your childhood?
Go ahead.
There's
No, go
actually
ahead,
a
Ray.
video-
I'm sorry, what did you
There's
say?
There's actually a video out there from Elf Supersonic Q. I mentioned him on a previous podcast, but he makes really good videos, and he investigated a mystery of how, and this is 100% true, there was supposed to be a Hannah Montana anime made in Japan by Toei Animation.
What?
What?
It never got produced, but it was a thing that was supposed to actually happen. Like Disney had the deals going through and everything.
Holy shit!
The only reason it probably didn't happen was because when it was at the time it was supposed to be developed, Hannah Montana was already like pretty much ending at that point, so it wouldn't really be as popular
Made
as
much
it used
sense.
to anymore.
Yeah, that's
But it would
fucking
have been like
hilarious,
a
though.
similar situation to
great.
like Powerpuff Girls Z, where like we would have a Hannah Montana anime.
Oh my god. Hannah Montana's my
So does she
waifu
sing
and all
in
that.
It
English or
probably would have been like
Japanese?
Miley transforming into her,
Yo,
like a
you know what they
actual
would?
girl anime.
I'm guessing they were gonna make her an idol, like Love Live or Idol Master.
They probably, yeah.
That's probably what they would have done if that actually came into fruition. So is there like any concept art that ever leaked or anything of that? Or do we just know it was a thing?
According to because he actually did try to contact as many people as he could possibly find, there does exist concept art, but it's not out there. Like, it's literally kept in secret at Toei Studios.
Yo, someone needs to find that concept art. I want to see Hannah Montana anime concept
Let's
art.
do it.
I
Let's do it.
highly,
I'll look
highly
for it.
endorse watching the video from El Supersonic Q. I actually linked it in the Discord chat if you guys want to add that to your watch later.
I'll watch that later, because that's
it's a really good
mind-blowing to
video,
me.
yeah.
Of all the fucking things,
only-
Hannah Montana.
Get this, the only reason people knew about it is because some dude who had connections to Toei or worked over there posted about it on a Dragon Ball Z forum on Kazenshu.
What?
Like, he mentioned it offhandedly, and people didn't realize it until years later when they were looking through this
Wait,
old thread.
What?
Are you serious? So he
Yeah.
just mentions it and no one gave a shit until
No
way
one
into
gave
the
a shit
future?
until years later when people was like, wait a second, Hannah Montana.
Wait a
anime,
minute.
What the fuck?
Hannah Montana the anime.
Yo, Hannah Montana, man.
Oh my god. That should have been the name. That should have absolutely have been the fucking name.
Oh my
Hannah
God.
Montana.
Oh my god.
I
literally searched.
Wait, this Hannah Montana, man.
I literally just asked, searched for a Hannah Montana anime, and I got Cory in the House anime as one of the people also
No, but that
searched for.
totally exists, though. What are you talking
That
about?
existed, yeah.
There's a manga, too.
Stop your bullshit, guys, please.
Nah, it's your joke, Henry.
It's on Funimation now.
Okay, wait. So Disney just dropped that, but they still went ahead with that Lilo and Stitch anime. I don't know if you guys remember when I mentioned that.
Oh yeah.
They still went ahead with that one. Yeah, there was a
There's
Lilo
two,
and Stitch anime.
There's a Japanese one, and then right now I think airing, or maybe it did air a few recently, but there's a Chinese one too.
Yeah, and so it's funny. You know the reason why there's a Lilo and Stitch anime is because Japan fell in love with Stitch. They thought he was super cute,
Oh,
so they're
yeah,
like, let's make a
right.
Stitch anime.
That makes sense.
And they did. And the premise is so weird. If I recall correctly, the premise for the Stitch anime is that literally, like, Lilo is a bit older, like way older actually, I think. And she's not really, like, spending time with Stitch. And Stitch is like, yo, what the fuck? Let's spend time together. Obviously, I'm putting my spin on it. He doesn't
Yeah.
actually talk like that.
Yo, what the fuck? You
But-
just breaks character.
And then Lilo's just like,
You made us
whatever.
sound mad in New York. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he got a New York accent and everything.
Yo, what's
But
up?
Lilo's just like, nah, bitch, no. And then he's like, well, fine.
Did you just go nah, bitch?
And Stitch was like, well, fine, I'm just gonna go hang out with someone in Japan. And then he goes and hangs out with a girl in Japan.
Oh my god.
And yeah, that's literally what happens, I think. I might
She
have
does
messed up on like
actually-
one detail.
She
But
does
yeah.
actually come in a later episode, like
Yeah,
older Lilo.
she does, like way older. But yeah, it's
She
literally like
looks like
Stitch
Nani.
just goes to hang out with someone else in Japan.
What? This is so weird.
It's it's wild. I've listened to
wild.
the anime
There's a
OP and
Chinese
everything.
one too, bro. There's a
Lilo
Chinese
and
one with another new girl.
What's
Oh
the
my
name
God.
for Lilo and Stitch? Like, well,
And
I guess
apparently all of these are part of the same continuity, even though they're made by different studios.
It's canon, yeah. This is what
All is
happens.
canon.
Stitch goes to Japan and everything.
Yo, are we
that's
gonna
it,
see
guys.
this in Kingdom
Rest
Hearts
in
one
peace,
day?
Crunchyroll. Rest in peace, Viz Animation. All their video platforms. Disney's taking over with the anime videos.
It has
Are we
an
gonna
OP and
see-
everything. It's actually a really cute like song and everything.
Speaking
Oh, we
of
actually gonna see the
anime,
Stitch anime in Kingdom Hearts.
you guys
John Malkovich.
you guys so one thing we actually went out to go see, we went to go see Spider-Verse over in December when it first came out.
Which is not anime related.
Well,
Penny-
actually,
Penny
I mean
Parker?
Penny. Yeah.
Okay, true, but
Ha!
I don't
not
think that's.
I
entirely.
actually made
Ray
a good
sounded so
segue.
defeated there, like, oh
It's
shit, he
Western.
got
It's
me.
Western filth.
It's not
Excuse me?
entirely animated.
No, but let me bring up something. So today I was watching Nickelodeon, and like one of the commercials was for the new like Into the Spider-Verse toys, right? And like the guy who was clearly a white person, very clearly a white person, he's like, "Hey, I'm Miles Morales," and I'm like, "What?" Like he's trying
my
to
God.
be Miles Morales, right? That's one.
Lawrence,
Two.
They did this.
He tries
They
to.
did the
He's like,
same
guys,
shit with
it's
the Wreck-It
Prowler.
Ralph 2 trailer.
We have to defeat him, but he's brought some friends. And then he tries to beat up Prowler, and I'm like, dude, he's not he's a bad guy, but he's not really a bad guy. If you watch the movie, you find out what happens. Like, first off, that's his freaking uncle. Are you kidding me? Like, they're just so
Minor
many-
spoiler for those who haven't seen it.
Oh please!
Yeah, thanks
for-
We all knew he was the uncle from the beginning.
No, you didn't.
You're gonna get several angry comments like "fuck
Yeah,
you."
you're gonna
Well, thanks for
get some angry letters.
Yeah, from the people who watched that trailer, be like, "What? I didn't know that he was the uncle."
Let's avoid making any more spoilers.
Anyways,
Yo,
like,
but Lawrence, what you're describing, they did the same thing with Wreck-It Ralph 2 on. There's a Disney Channel promo for
oh
it,
my
and
god.
it's like a cringy sounding trailer with like this dude who is obviously not John C. Reilly is voicing Ralph throughout the
Yeah.
whole thing. His voice sounds so like this cracks in it and everything. It sounds
Yeah.
so weird.
John C. Reilly,
just
by the
look it
way,
up.
really amazing actor. Always.
Oh yeah, totally.
What was he
Like-
in?
He was in Chicago.
No, I mean, was he in Spider-Verse? Because we were talking
No,
about
he was
Spider-Verse.
in Wreck-It Ralph, but no, he
Oh,
was
okay.
also in like 2 recent movies. He was in Watson and whatever.
I hear that movie's really bad though.
No, it's really bad. Watson and Holmes.
Shit.
But he was also in he's in a new movie that's coming out soon. Or it probably already came out. But it's another one. Very similar concept. But yeah, no. Back to Spider-Verse. Really great movie, I have to say. But that commercial was a different story. I was just like, wait, what? What is this movie? This commercial? And like they try to make it seem like the guy with the scorpion had more of a role in this damn movie. The guy with the scorpion tail?
Yeah, you mean Scorpion?
No, he wasn't. Not Scorpion.
You mean the? Yeah, that was Scorpion.
No, that was
Yeah.
Was that Scorpion?
That was
That's
Miles
the
Morales'
ultimate. That's the
Scorpion.
Miles Morales version.
The
Yeah,
really
that's in his
buff
universe.
dude? The
Yeah.
really buff version of Scorpion?
He had
Yeah.
a scorpion tail.
Ray, what the fuck is that?
But he also had 4 legs.
Osmosis Jones with the sister from Lilo and Stitch?
Wow.
What the fuck?
I was looking up images for the thumbnail.
what
and
is
I'm working
this
on it right now.
garbage?
That's
Osmosis
Google
Jones
images.
is a white blood cell.
Wow.
What kind of porn genre is this?
The
I don't
fuck?
know. Ask the people who made a white blood cell anime.
What do you call this, Ray? Cartoon amoeba sex?
What the fuck? Why are you asking me this?
You posted it.
It's on Google Images, you fool.
Hey, I'm not the one looking at it on Google.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, weird ships aside, I posted the Japanese Spider-Verse trailer just to show you. It's literally it's Okabe's voice in it, which is hilarious because he's like Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and all that.
Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Google has to say.
Or no,
But yeah.
he has to do it. He has to do it like he's in Japan.
Wait, so
Mon-
really
Spider.
is that really Scorpion? The with
Yes,
4
that's
legs?
the Miles Morales version of Scorpion.
Wow, that is something.
We're really spoiling it for people who haven't seen it.
Yeah, we are.
I'm not even gonna say we at this point.
You just did.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
We're really spoiling it. I'm not gonna say we anymore.
All right. No more
Wait, but
we.
like
Him,
Scorpion only
Lawrence
has 2
Spoiler.
legs. What?
Lawrence, we've told you like 8 times now.
I'm so confused. How does he have 4 legs in this one? Wait, does he? This is what?
I don't know, man. How does Spider-Man have like 2 extra arms or whatever in some continuities?
All right, but like that's Spider-Verse, right?
And
Okay, wait. Let me see. Who's the? Okay, wait, Doctor. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Olivia Octavius. Never mind. Yeah, wait. No, there. Who else? Let's see. Vanessa, Fisk, Green Goblin. Green Goblin was in this? I'm trying to remember. Was he? Wait. Was Green?
We're gonna be
Goblin
on
in
this for
movie?
like. Yes.
I like how everyone else is silent there. Oh,
Yes, Lawrence. Green Goblin was the big, like, goblin-like creature in the Ultimate
Oh,
Universe.
right,
He's a literal goblin,
Right. Okay, yeah, no, that's why I was confused for a
or he
second.
gets turned into one.
Right. Okay. And oh wow. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense. Huh.
Jesus.
And then there was Post Malone, who was just the bystander.
Yeah, well, his soundtrack was also in it.
Yeah. Well, it's a really good song, Sunflower. Really good song.
Miles Morales is so relatable because in the beginning of the movie, he's singing to that song, right? It was
Yeah.
Sunflower, right? But he doesn't know all the lyrics, so he's just mumbling some of it. He's just mumbling some of it. He's like, so, like, he only sings the parts that he knows, and that's the most relatable thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen, because that's what I do.
Yes. And like I don't want to spoil the ending, so I'm not going to. But that was really fun. The post-credit scene was really fun.
Oh my god, yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
I can't wait till they already said, like, that pretty much confirms that that's gonna happen in the sequel.
They're already talking sequels, spin-offs, and even like TV shows.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was really good. Like, they really did a good job with this movie.
I think it's the best Spider-Man movie out there right
dude,
now.
there's this tweet that went out today that said apparently each second of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, a 117-minute movie, took an artist week to complete. In total, it took 4 years and 800 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that, I mean, their work paid off because it's one of the most creative-looking animated films
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
I really
It's really
want
good
to win the
movie.
Comic book
Oscars.
brought
I
to
do
life.
have to say,
If it doesn't win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, I'm gonna lose it.
yeah, I saw you tweet that, but I was like, this is
What
my
else?
thing, right? Like, I was looking at the nominations for the Oscars because, like, I thought there were some really good movies that came out in 2018. Like, Crazy Rich Asians came out, and that was really good, but really hasn't won much
I
of
have
anything.
not seen that at all.
It is really good. Let me
I
tell
haven't
you.
seen anything about
Really
it.
good. And it's like, wow, when are we going to see, you know, when is that going to win something? It won a Golden Globe, I think, for Best Picture or something like that.
What? Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah.
I'll look it up to see.
So, I forget what it was, but they won a really, really good, like a really big award, because I saw Constance Wu was,
They won a
was-
Critics' Choice Award
Yeah, I think that's
and
the one.
a National Board of Review.
Yeah,
Don't know what that is.
Then, yeah, it was the Critics' Choice Award. They won Best Picture for that, and that was great. But it made me sad because they weren't nominated for anything in the Oscars.
In the Oscars?
Which really
I'm
is
shocked
like a
that...
slap in the face.
Oh, keep going.
But
I'm,
Black Panther got nominated for Best Picture.
I was gonna say, wow, you fucking read my mind. But, I was gonna say, I'm kinda shocked that Black Panther was nominated.
for Best
Even
Picture.
for Best Picture. I'm like, I think it's a fine movie, but Best Picture? Really? Okay.
You
I
know
think
what?
we
They
all
did
know
racism.
We're
I
not
think
racist.
Spider... Yeah. We're not racist, see? Black Panther.
Directed
But,
by
It'll
Martin
be
Luther
like
King
last year
Jr.
at the air.
And,
What the
like,
fuck won? When
I don't know. I think I have to say that I think, yes, there were a lot of really good things that came out of Black Panther. I love it. There are a lot of good themes, a lot of like things, woke things that happened in that movie. But
Woke things. You just said that.
if we're talking
Hashtag woke.
cinematic wise, like Infinity War was like just a lot better.
Yeah, I liked Infinity War way more, but honestly,
Oh,
when
you
it
mean
comes
Black
to...
Panther 2?
Yeah, that's what some people treated it as. There were literally people, like, walking in, it's like, oh man, I can't wait for Black Panther. They were treating it like a sequel.
Yeah, it's like great. I
Remember
like
last-
that you have your own favorite character. You know, that's cool.
Do you remember last year at the Oscars when they gave the award to La La Land for Best Picture? But
Yes.
Then the dude at the end came out with the envelope. Moonlight. What did
Moonlight.
it like that again?
That
this
was
year?
such a
Yo,
slap in the
I
face.
This is
That
like-
was so awkward, because they
I
literally walked up
joked about
already.
this on a
Yeah, the
past
dude just
podcast.
walked in with the envelope. Moonlight.
It's like, actually, guys, this
losing.
isn't a mistake. I'm sorry, but actually, Moonlight won.
It's because literally someone handed them the wrong envelope. They handed them an envelope
For
for,
the
like,
last
something
one-
that
for the
La La
last
Land won.
Yeah, for the last
Like,
one.
Best Picture.
No.
No,
Best
they
Picture was Best
like
Action.
La La
Acting.
Land won
The
a
actual
category,
award.
and I guess
Okay,
they
yeah.
rehanded that envelope out by accident.
Yeah,
And I
no,
guess
it
they
was
didn't read the
the-
title.
That
It
was
was the
mad
very
on-
last one
Yeah,
because the
very
one
weird. Can you
right
imagine that
before
happens
the
again
Best
this
Picture,
year?
the one right before the Best Picture was
Yeah.
like Best Actress or something like that, and
It's usually Best Actor
Emma Stone
or-
had won it.
Yeah.
It's no before that. It's usually, I think right before they usually give Best Director.
Oh yeah, then it must have been one of those things, right? Somebody from La La Land just won, and then they were like, "Yeah, actually, the winner's actually La La Land," but then they were like, "Wait, what?" That's not actually true. But
No, we're serious.
Get
John
the fuck out,
Malkovich is back.
Emma Stone.
Damn.
like that's pretty much that's my take on it. Like I'm
Well-
happy that Spider-Verse is going to it's nominated for best picture. Best picture.
should
Best
win.
animated feature, and it better win.
It better win.
you know-
Incredibles 2 is on there, and that's a fun movie, but I don't think it's better
No.
than Spider-Verse. I hear
You
Isle
know-
of Dogs and Mirai is really good. I just haven't seen them.
I think
And
think
Ralph
Isle of
Breaks
Dogs,
the Internet was okay.
Yeah, I think Isle of Dogs is probably its biggest competitor because, and like a lot of movies by what's his name, like Wes Anderson's a really good director. I'm not gonna say he's not. I mean, Fantastic Mr. Fox was really good.
What was a shitty animation movie this year?
What?
What
This
was a
year?
shitty animation?
Boss Baby.
That was not this year.
Yeah, no, that was like what last
It'll
year?
always be this year. Nah.
Right, what?
Oh, wow.
Okay, Teen Titans Go to the Movies came out this year, right? Can you imagine they give Best Picture to Teen Titans?
Well, they
Go?
weren't
Oh
even
my
nominated, and
God.
I heard that movie wasn't even that bad, honestly.
What?
It's on this list of top 10 worst. And okay, The Grinch.
Oh, fuck that movie.
yeah.
God
Okay,
damn.
yeah.
So
God, I was so looking
imagine
forward
this,
to that
right?
movie.
It's the Oscars 2019.
Really?
They give-
What made you change your mind at the last minute?
When I heard that everyone hated the
When you
movie.
beat Smash Brothers.
Alright,
When
I
imagine-
felt like
heard-
the warning signs were there from the beginning.
Guys,
But like, see,
Imagine
I
this.
liked Horton Hears a Who, right?
No, here's the
And-
thing though.
Yeah.
Oh, go all right.
ahead.
Go. You go first. You go
Right,
first.
so I liked Horton Hears a Who, and I like that style of animation, and I was just, like, I honestly was so excited when I heard that they were gonna be adapting the Grinch story to, like, that
Again?
3D case. No, like, the 3D animation, because that was a movie
Well, I said
was,
again because this is like
Oh,
the
yeah.
third time they've adapted it.
To a 3D?
No, in general.
Oh, well, yeah, no, but I'm saying, like, I was really excited because I was looking, like, that was maybe the one Dr. Seuss movie that I was really looking forward to them making, like, a real movie. Like, I like the Lorax, and I really liked Horton Hears a Who. But then, when I heard how bad the Grinch was, like, how many people were just like, man, this really sucks, I was just like, God damn it.
this is shit.
Like, I think people actually like the Lorax, and they like Horton Hears a Who.
Give me the money back.
I don't know. Well, okay.
Best
wait,
Picture goes to The Grinch.
The Grinch. Oh my
No,
god.
no, shit, we're joking, guys. Seriously. I got the award right here. It's ma'am.
But no, okay, so look, I never had faith in that movie for a lot of reasons. I thought there were a million warning signs. Number one, it's by Illumination, and they're like
Yeah,
a
that
really
was a big-
mediocre
that was a big thing.
studio, in my opinion. Like, their movies aren't really all that bad for the most part, it's just they're super generic, so when I heard they were doing it, I was just like, oh, okay.
Yo, you guys gotta see these reviews on this web for How the Grinch Stole Christmas. The first one says, they showed this trailer when I watched Pacific Rim Uprising, and it was cancer. 2 minutes of watching the Grinch do stupid in the sky. My mom absolutely loves this film. Why Illumination? Why?
Okay. But that was warning sign number one. Second one, his design was terrible. Like, the way he looks, it's hard for me to describe, like, his face and everything. It's just like, he doesn't look much like the actual character from, like, the original animated movie and all, or short, rather, and everything.
Apparently, there was an earlier design that did use the original version of the
Yeah, I
Grinch.
was gonna mention that. I was just about to mention that, Ray. Read my mind. Everyone's reading my mind today. But yeah, they had, like, original, an earlier design that looked way closer to the original, and it actually looked pretty good. So I'm like, why the fuck did you get rid of that for this generic looking ass design? The third warning sign was all the trailers, honestly, because it's just they were just adding in pop music from this day and age, and I know I should have expected that, but it's still I don't like that because it really dates the movie, and this is such a timeless story. So when they do that, it's so weird to me. And the last one is just, it doesn't really even feel like a Grinch movie. Like, one of the lyrics in the song is talking about his teeth and how bad they are, like, and how yellow they are and everything. But then in the movie, this guy's got pearly whites and everything. It's completely straight teeth, and it's just like, you really just missed the entire point of Dr. Seuss's story. And for that, you can go fuck yourself. I'm not watching this movie. And honestly, I don't really like most of those Dr. Seuss movies. I like the original Grinch animated short that everyone's seen. Because it's played every year. And including the one for Halloween, I remember. But like, there's one for Lorax. There's an animated one for Lorax, like a 2D animated one.
Right.
I don't know if there was one for Halloween. There might be.
You might be I like Peanuts because I like the Peanuts are the one that's always shown that time.
But yeah, like I like the classic like animated Dr. Seuss stuff. But after that, I really don't care much for them. Cat in the Hat's awful. I think everyone agrees on that. I never really liked the Jim Carrey Grinch movie. I thought it was just okay at best. And I thought the Lorax had a lot of the same issues I had with the Grinch, where it's like they're just inserting pop songs, which are really weird. It dates the movie. And I think it really misses the point of the original story to begin with, which is really fucked up. Yeah. And that movie started a weird thing where so many people wanted to fuck the hipster in that movie. Like, a lot of Tumblr people.
I thought you were about to say
Whoa.
And I'm like, okay, this is what Dr. Seuss stories have gone to.
You're not wrong.
I will say
you're not wrong because I saw that shit too.
Yeah.
I will say, I really enjoy. Probably the only thing that I will say is that
I'm sorry.
Like when I heard how Benedict Cumberbatch sounds as the Grinch, I think though it was a good match.
I mean, I don't think he's a bad actor. It's just everything else about the movies just ugh.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, I thought Horton Hears a Who was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was anything all that great, but it's a lot better than Lorax and the Grinch and stuff like that. I'll admit that.
I'm excited to see one movie I think I really do want to see though is the the Cat in the Hat. As a 3D animation. I think if that one fails, I will have lost all faith that a Dr. Seuss movie can be good, you know?
Did you know that did you know that the reason that they stopped doing live action Dr. Seuss movies is because Dr. Seuss's wife, after seeing the Cat in the Hat one, was like, never make a live action movie of one of my husband's stories ever again. And that's why every movie since then has been animated.
Oh my god.
I didn't even know his wife was still alive.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
I fucking love that. She's like, I'm gonna kill you. Don't ever do that again.
Oh my god. That's funny.
She owns the rights to it and all, so what she says goes. So when she's like, no more live action, they have to follow it.
Yeah. And I think
can't she be like, no more Illumination films?
I think that's something that, I think it defines this year, kind of, in that way, that, there are, after some movies which were just really subpar last year, I mean, this year there's a bunch of movies everyone's looking forward to, next month we're getting the Lego Movie 2.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Captain Marvel's coming out in March, and then in April we get the Avengers Infinity War.
Captain Magma!
And then 2 months later we're getting Far From Home.
Can we get that instead? Can we get Captain Magma?
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
With the power to slam dunk Mama Cuervo!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
That went in a direction I didn't expect it.
I
love the way he said that right there. Slam dunk Mama Huevo!
Isaac officially popped the Slam Dunk Mama Huevo cherry on the podcast.
Oh my god.
I was saying it earlier, right in between Hannah Montana Man and John Malkovich.
Yeah, I know, I heard him. He did say it earlier. It just got droned out.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, and also, 2 months after Infinity War is Far From Home. And then at the end of the year we have Spider-Man Episode 9 coming. Sorry, Spider-Man Episode 9.
What? What? Spider-Man Episode 9. Lawrence, look, I know Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars, but did you really just do that?
You're on some really strong crack, Lawrence.
Lawrence,
All right, we've done.
this is on par to NFL 2K. Oh my god.
Lawrence is smoking that IHOP pancakes.
Oh my god.
Someone cue that. Like,
Wii U.
Episode 9, yo, for fuck episode 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
4, 3, yeah. When did Spider-Man join the Star Wars universe,
With
Lawrence?
Captain Magma.
Oh my god.
Movie Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my god.
Yo, how would that be
It's like when we get on a podcast, Lawrence just occasionally loses all his brain cells and makes a really funny mistake
Yeah.
like that.
It's like how Lord starts off all these vlogs that we do. Italy.
I can't. I'm so sorry, people. I literally.
Spider-Man Episode 9!
Lawrence, we love you, but what the hell?
I wasn't thinking.
Wow. I couldn't let that one go. I'm sorry.
Oh, rip me. Alright,
but yeah, keep
anyways,
going.
Superman. I mean, Star Wars. I'm sorry.
Did you just say Superman? What the fuck? What's going on with you?
Superman Episode 9.
I don't think there even is a Superman movie coming out this year.
No, I'm
There
sorry.
isn't.
I was thinking
There's
Wonder
not even a
Woman in my
Superman.
head. That's why. All right.
Yeah, you're right. Not anymore.
All right. Star
Yeah.
Wars Episode 9 is coming out at the end of the year. Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out this. Is it 1984?
Are you just
Is
going
it
down
based
the
on the
movies
George
coming out
Orwell
this year?
book?
I really hope I didn't screw that
Are you
up.
just going on the
Okay,
list of
yes,
movies
it is
from this year?
1984.
No.
It is.
Wait, is
1984.
that
Yeah,
based on the
you-
George Orwell book?
No,
in
it's
any way?
no, it's Wonder Woman.
Lawrence is,
Wait, why
Lawrence
are
is
we going
telling the
down
truth.
movies
There is a
coming out
Wonder
next
Woman
year?
movie named Ed coming.
Yeah, it's like, but it's not coming out this year. It's coming out next year. But
No, I was just
Yeah.
making a dumb
Yeah.
literary joke.
what is the
It's
next?
like, oh
DC
man.
What is the next DCEU movie coming out this year?
Look, the only movie I want is a sequel to Blade Runner. That's it.
You got
Oh,
it.
I would love that.
2 years
Yo,
ago.
Blade Runner 2089.
2 years ago, that shit came out last year. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
already
Blade Runner.
2019.
Star
It came out in
Wars,
2017,
Spider-Man
right?
Episode 9.
No, it came out 2017. He's right. It came
Yeah,
out
it
20.
came out in 2017. Blade Runner 2049.
I thought
Yeah.
that shit came out at the like 2018.
No, because me, Eric, and Ray went to go see it at the end.
I
of
know
the
you
year.
guys
Yeah,
went to
and
go
I was
see
like-
it. I feel like it came
Yeah.
out late. At least it came out like around winter 2017.
No, it says here it
I-
came out October 3rd.
Winter 2017. Thank you.
Oh my god. Okay. So, all right, calm down. If I recall correctly, I think it was announced recently that they're making a Blade Runner anime.
What?
Oh shit! Yeah, I remember you said.
Oh wait.
That'd be-
Wait. Yeah. Okay. That makes
And,
sense.
and I'm not
Right.
talking about the one of those shorts that was released before
Yeah,
2049.
I
I'm talking
saw
about like
that.
an anime series.
Nice.
Okay. Nice.
So
That's
you
like-
can look forward to that. Yeah, it's coming out on Crunchyroll and Adult Swim, so you can
Oh,
watch it either or.
Crunchyroll, my favorite place
Sweet.
to watch Hannah Montana.
You
And
know,
Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
you know what movie?
Yeah.
What movie just came out though, and is like, and I think I was about to actually talk about this, but Glass actually just came out last week.
Oh yeah, the M Night
but
Shyamalan.
I heard it wasn't good.
I've heard
That's a shame.
mixed things about it.
It got a C-.
That's a shame because
and,
I
like,
actually
things like
like
that.
the movies that came before.
It's less than 50% on like Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. I know
Rotten
that's obviously,
Tomatoes.
No, yeah, I mean 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not like I don't really like that stuff. Does kind of affect me in a way, but like at the same time, I'm like I was surprised because I thought everybody was looking forward to this. You know, first off, they didn't know that Split was like even related to Unbreakable.
Well, no,
Yeah.
that's not true. That's not
Did
true.
they really
We didn't
know?
know. Oh wait, you're talking about Split. My bad. I thought you were
Yeah,
still
yeah.
talking about Glass. Yeah, yeah.
Split. They
Split.
didn't
No
know,
one knew.
and until the end, and they
Until
saw
the
Bruce
very
Willis.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then Glass, it's like, great, you put all these people together, it's cool, now we have a big movie, but now everyone, like, doesn't really... Wait, this was distributed by Walt Disney?
What, Split?
Glass.
That's not surprising at all.
It was,
Wait,
no,
what? Hang on.
see, the film was released by Universal Pictures and by Walt Disney Studios.
And
Yeah,
by
Disney
Motion
dis-
Pictures.
Disney
No,
distributes a lot
no.
of movies
Okay.
that they don't know
Walt
much.
Disney distributed it internationally. In the
Oh,
U.S.
yeah,
it
I'm
was
looking at it
Universal.
right now.
Okay. Oh,
Internationally.
thank
Yeah. But
That's weird.
but yeah,
Okay.
Split was one of those rare stealth sequels. That is an actual term. I had to look it up. But yeah, no one knew it was a sequel to Unbreakable until, the very end.
Yeah, I mean, I like James McAvoy as, like, he was great as Charles Xavier, right? He was awesome.
Xavier.
And he's a really good actor. And I'm
yeah,
pretty
he's
sure
great.
he did great in Glass, but, like, I'm so surprised. Apparently, it is the highest grossing film of 2019 already.
What, Glass?
Yeah.
Really?
$106 million already.
Well, I mean, that's gonna get broken eventually.
Well, yeah,
Infinity War Part 2 is coming out.
Yeah, just wait
or
for
Endgame, rather.
For Endgame. Just wait for it. But, like,
Wait
so
for Endgame and wait for Star Wars Episode 9.
Yeah, but, like, so I'm looking I'm looking at highest grossing films of 2019. Like, Escape Room is number 2. 56 million.
Oh, isn't the chick from Daredevil in that?
Yeah, she's in that. And,
Rosario Dawson?
No.
I forget her name. Karen Payne, the actress that plays Karen. Payne.
Deborah Ann Wool. There you go. I knew it started with a D.
The chick from Daredevil. It's ma'am.
Yeah, Deborah Ann Wool.
And then The Upside is number 3, that Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston movie. But I
did not hear good things about that.
Okay. No, I was about to say, because I was looking at the same list and it said How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World was number 6. I'm like, did that movie already come out and it just sucked? But no, it came out in Australia already this month. It's gonna be released next month at the end of the month. Nice. But see, that's my thing. Like, somehow Glass managed to be. I mean, obviously, highest grossing doesn't mean like best film, right? We all know that.
I guess Glass didn't shatter the box office.
Oh God. I just realized that you made a Glass joke. There was a movie that came out. There was a movie that came out last year that like got a lot, like made a lot of money, but like everyone was just like that. It was mediocre. I forget. But anyways, and so that I guess that's on that kind of theme of superhero movies. I mean, we also like after Spider-Verse, we went to go see what's that? Once Upon a Deadpool.
Or at least you and Eric did.
Yeah. But it's great because all the proceeds go to charity, which is nice.
Yeah, I heard that's the only reason why Ryan Reynolds even wanted to do the movie, like why he signed on to it. But apparently Fox wanted to produce a PG-13 version of it, but it was like under one condition: all proceeds have to go to charity.
Yeah, right. And that was really kind of the only reason, that was the only way he was really going to do it, right? Because he does not like the idea of like a PG-13 Deadpool.
Yeah,
it just does not make any sense.
And I don't blame him.
Like when we went to go see it, I was just like, wow, that was just kind of neutered. Like all the blood was gone and all the like weird thing. I mean, it's good for like kids who couldn't see the rated R Deadpool, and they have to resort to this, But I'll be honest, like there was just so many times when I was just like, really, like even that you had to take out, like. I don't know. There was just a lot of parts of that movie that I was just like really.
I can understand the entire sequence of his team dying, but like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
But at the end they came out with like they had a really nice like tribute to Stan Lee, which was really cool. But they even like asked him. They were like, "So what do you want to be remembered by?" or something like that, and he was like, he's like. I don't really care, essentially, right? He's saying, like, I don't really want to, like, I made stories, that's it. Like, I don't want people to remember me. He was essentially saying that, which was nice. Not that part. That's not nice. We're all gonna remember him. Not what he did. I'm just saying.
You caught yourself very quickly, at least. Gotta give you credit for that.
But, and I did enjoy the Fred Savage scenes. I think those are really funny. Just because, like, they have really good chemistry, the two of them. They're just, like, I don't know. It was just really, really funny. At the end, Fred Savage loses all feeling in his legs and has to be carried to the bathroom. It was really fun.
I find it hilarious that this is technically the third version of Deadpool 2 that we have, because there's also a director's cut version on DVD with alternate scenes and dialogue.
Yeah. I totally forgot. Detective Pikachu's coming out also this year. Oh yeah, what were we saying, Eric?
I was gonna say, this is slightly off topic, but is Punisher season 2?
Oh yeah, it came out.
Is it 13 episodes again?
I think so.
Yes.
Oh my God!
See,
Why?
I think here's what happened. I think this is my
Also,
theory.
they had a tribute
it's not
to
a
Sandman.
and before anyone says
I'm
it
glad.
is not
That's
a
good.
galaxy brain theory, you assholes. Okay.
I hardly ever do
Punisher
that.
has the Infinity
So
Gauntlet.
let me tell you. The reason is like so
Punisher has the Infinity
before
Gauntlet.
I think everyone, as they said, was waiting to like all the Marvel Netflix series were going to like get, you know, more seasons, right? And then like a week or two after Iron Fist came out, they canceled it. And then a week later they canceled Luke Cage. But Iron Fist had already came out with this apparently new format that they wanted to have only 10 episodes. And then right like as they were still making all the other stuff, right? Then like I think they were still shooting. I'm not sure if they were finished with Daredevil or something like that at the time, but I'm not entirely saddened about getting 13 episodes for Daredevil. But so they were going to shoot 10 episodes for Iron Fist and for the next season, and for this season, and for the next season of Luke Cage, and the same thing with Punisher and with Jessica Jones. But then everything started getting canceled, and then they were like, all right, I guess we're not doing it that way. And so then I just assumed that, like, with Punisher, because they were pretty much still shooting it up until around the time that they canceled, like, Luke Cage and Iron Fist. So that's why I just kind of assumed that, like, yeah, they just kind of went forward with making it into a 13-episode thing. And then I'm sure Jessica Jones has 13 episodes as well. And we're just I'm just literally, all I'm doing right now is waiting for Punisher Season 2 to get the block.
Everyone's just waiting for the announcement.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's canceled. It's like, oh, really?
Like,
You don't
that's
say.
literally what we're doing. Like, we're all just waiting for it. It just really sucks, but, I mean, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, I
And
plan on
apparently-
watching it some weekend in the future. I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
pretty good.
I said I was gonna watch it at some point.
Apparently, one of the Netflix actresses on one of those shows said that it was Netflix who apparently canceled it. I mean, I don't know, but like,
Really?
that's all we
Fuck.
have. Yeah, that's all we have to go off of, though. Like, we don't know what the real reason
Yeah,
behind the
they
scenes
said
is.
that-
Whether
I heard
they were
that too.
declining or
That
because
eventually
of the
it
service.
Yeah. Essentially, it wasn't Facebook. I mean, sorry, it wasn't Marvel that pulled the plug.
It wasn't Facebook.
But I will think, like, if my headcanon does kind of want to say that Netflix was kind of maybe influenced by Disney. That's a possibility. That Disney
Some people
Plus
are also saying.
already said.
Some people
no.
are also saying Thanos canceled it.
Nice.
There's an interview that apparently the actor who portrays Luke Cage said that his character died in Infinity War, and he can now say that because of how Luke Cage is canceled.
Oh yeah, right. I remember. What was that? Luke Cage, right? The
Yeah.
What's his name? Mike Coulter. He really said that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember he said that.
Yeah, according to an article that he was
Yeah.
interviewed, he said that.
He's like, I don't really care. I died then.
I died. Thanos killed me.
Yeah. No, I think that was pretty fun. And you know, apparently also, Punisher Season 2 takes place after the snap.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Wow.
Okay.
But the thing
If
is,
it
he's not
does,
in New York. I think. He's not in New York, so he can't see what he really can't actually see what the effects are. That's something that I think the directors or somebody said. I know I was listening to a bunch of podcasts and stuff like that said that
If that's true, that's pretty cool.
It takes place after the snap.
There
But
you go. We
don't-
finally got one that takes place after the snap.
But
We're
you don't
finally
really,
caught up.
But you don't really see the effects of it though. That's the thing.
And I'm guessing we don't know exactly when it happens after the snap, so theoretically this could have happened after everyone gets brought back to life.
We don't know. We don't, yeah,
I've
theoretically,
watched-
yes. We don't actually
I've
know. We
watched
just
all
know
of-
it takes place.
I've watched all of
after.
season 2, and society seems pretty normal.
Oh, you
honestly,
watched it
so-
all already?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much, but like hospitals are still running, certain things are still running as they normally would. So
Yeah.
Do they at
Either
least
maybe-
mention that like
No,
half
they don't,
the pop?
they don't
mention
mention it.
Probably,
Oh, okay.
and the reason they like the in-canon thing that I've heard that people, the reason they haven't said like, oh yeah, half the population is because the Punisher, he is not in New York when this happens. He isn't like driving his barren landscape essentially. He's driving across the country to see how
Yeah.
like his
From what I
military,
remember,
like
I think
what
he is in a different state. Yeah.
yeah, like what his service as a military man has done for the country. So he's driving like across the Rust Belt states and stuff like that. So he never really gets to see, first off, what happened in New York, and he also doesn't get to see like all the Infinity War stuff because he's just doing his own thing, right? He apparently survives the snap, right? Which means, sure, if he's the one that survives, then great, you know? Like, that just means that he doesn't actually know. And there's
okay.
no, like, real, like...
He doesn't know the
newspapers.
snap happened.
Yeah, he doesn't... I guess he just doesn't know. Go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna ask, is there any mention of any of the other Netflix stuff in Punisher season 2, or does anyone make an appearance? Like maybe Daredevil?
I was literally just looking at my Google News, like, whenever
Someone
I opened the
from
Google app.
Daredevil
Yeah,
does show
somebody
up.
from Daredevil apparently shows up. I don't know who. I'm not going to figure it out right now. I'm going to actually...
I won't say who.
Yeah. But, I'm glad to see it.
Likewise. It was pretty good. I think you guys will get into it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Just as gruesome as the previous season, which I enjoy.
There was, I'm really excited for this. And I think Jessica Jones comes out in March or something, or, like, sometime this year. I don't, if it might be March, I'm not sure. That's the date that I've been hearing around. I don't know if they want to, because, Captain Marvel comes out in March, so I don't know if they want to, like, make that clash a little bit.
Man,
That girl power.
I don't want to be like negative, but a part of me feels like that movie is not gonna do well.
Captain Marvel?
Yeah,
I won't lie,
like, at the
I
very
feel the
least
same way,
critically.
and
I will
I
say,
don't-
like, as much as I'm excited for it, I'm scared for it, because
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, because, like, it looks good for me, like, what I'm seeing. Like, it looks good, but at the same time, it's like...
Oh, because I don't think it looks good at all.
They don't really show too many details. Like, first
For
off...
me, the trailers are
it's
just
already,
not too exciting.
It's already January, and we don't know who Jude Law is playing. We know he's Marvel. But we don't act like there's apparently something we still don't know about him. Like that, maybe he's a Skrull or something like that. We don't know any of this stuff. But apparently it sets up Endgame. And like I was talking to Ray about this, but that they already said Endgame is not going to be a like, I think we were all talking about this too, that Endgame's villain is not Thanos. Like, the main villain is not Thanos. But the main villain is actually something else, or someone else. And so my theory was that it was like a Skrull invasion, kind of continuing from Captain Marvel, and that's how Captain Marvel essentially gets in the game. You know?
It's
I don't know,
midlife crisis.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just something about it just doesn't look very good to me at all. Like nothing. I've seen every trailer and everything, and nothing screams out, "This is gonna be great. This is gonna be really good." Every time I see, I'm just like, "This looks so painfully average." Like even by like MCU standards, because there's tiers with the MCU. It's just like, you know, the best stuff is stuff like Infinity War, the original Iron Man, shit like that. And then, you know, you drop down some tiers, like, oh, like Ant-Man, that's more lower tier. But this looks even worse than Ant-Man to me, honestly. I'm just like, I'll see it, just to prep myself for
Yeah.
Endgame.
Yeah,
But
that's pretty much
that's literally the only reason I'm seeing it. Like, I don't know. I just have this weird feeling that it's gonna bomb, not commercially, because I feel like
it's a Marvel
it'll
movie.
still
Everyone
because it's a
will
Marvel
eat
movie.
it.
Like, if anything, it might not do as well as most Marvel movies do, but I imagine it won't be a commercial bomb. It'll make its money back and then some. But a part of me really feels like it's gonna end up being a critical bomb.
You want to know what the sad part is? Like, Captain Marvel is supposed to become like the next Iron Man.
Yeah, like that's why I'm like really worried, because nothing that I've seen about it, like I said, just is blowing me away at all. And she's supposed to be super important from then on.
And
so I'm just like, oh god, I really hope they sort this out.
This really no. I will be honest. Like, if you want to say it, technically, the rest of the MCU story for the next 10 years depends on the success of Captain Marvel. Right? Because
yeah, that's why I'm like honestly kind of worried.
She's the I know we've had Guardians, but Guardians have like, as much as they've introduced all the cosmic stuff, they really haven't dived in, and Captain Marvel is that like dive in, you know. And Captain Marvel sets up the whole secret invasion, Secret Wars timeline, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for, right? Like, they're trying to set it up, and I know obviously like even like eventually. Because Secret Wars is where they, like, show symbiote Peter. Because that's the whole secret invasion. Like, one of them is the symbiote in the comics. And, you know, they're already, like, comic-wise, you know, they're in the first few movies first few issues for Spider-Man. Because now they've introduced Mysterio. Which is essentially what they've done what they did in the comics. They did almost the same exact thing. He's on a trip and stuff like that, etc., etc. And he faces off against Mysterio. And then my thing is, you know, like, what's really weird is that you know, they have the elementals in Spider-Man Far From Home. And then they're eventually going to come out with the Eternals, which is like, you know, it has a lot to do with like Adam Warlock, but not really, but almost the same thing, right? They're in the same universe. But the Eternals, which is like the people that Ego is from Guardians 2. And like, they're eventually going to come out with that movie. Like, they're coming out with a Black Widow movie too, also next year. Like, there's a lot of things going on there, but they all rest on like, because like now everything from here on out, like the next phase is going to be mostly cosmic stuff, right? Like, you have. And it all depends on Captain Marvel. I'm pretty sure, like my theory, honestly, is that, like, Endgame is going to be part Thanos and part Secret Invasion, Secret Wars kind of thing. And I'm just, like, that is probably the only part that I'm worried about, especially because either Iron Man or Captain America is going to die in Endgame. One of them is.
Or both.
Or both. Because both of their contracts are up. So, one of them will die.
I don't know. I kind of hope Endgame is more on the Thanos stuff, because he's like a genuinely interesting villain.
No, he is, yeah.
And all. So I'd much rather that. And just, I don't know. I'm just concerned is all.
Yeah,
I don't see, especially because they've shelved Guardians Volume 3.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't even know when that's going to happen. Because Disney's being, you know, fucking idiots, and they said they're not rehiring Gunn. So it's like, hey, you know what? If that's the case, then I genuinely hope that Volume 3 fails in comparison to Suicide Squad 2. Because James Gunn is doing Suicide Squad 2. So now I'm really hoping Karma just bites them in the ass, and Suicide Squad 2 turns out amazing.
The only director I would be okay with taking up Guardians 3, despite Gunn being the best, would be Tiki. I think that's his name, Tiki.
From where?
What's he done?
He did Thor Ragnarok.
Oh,
yeah,
I mean, that could work. That could make sense, yeah.
That
could work.
Like, a lot of people have been theorizing that he would probably take it up. Because he did Ragnarok, and like, that was actually one of the best Thor films out of the 3.
It's the best Thor movie. It's way better than the first 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like,
And
he handled the space. He handled the space stuff pretty well. I mean,
I could see it because Thor Ragnarok was a lot more humorous as well.
Yeah.
The only movie where they
Guardians
true.
has a lot of humor, so I could see that. It just
yeah.
it feels scummy though because
Oh no, absolutely.
I can't remember, but didn't they say that they wouldn't use Guns' script or
No, they
something
said
like
they
that?
are still going to use his script.
They are? Okay. Well, it's still even then it still feels scummy because they're going to
Oh,
use
yeah.
it without him. And that's
Right.
just like, all right.
They better at least credit him.
I don't know.
No, they said they still
they
will.
re-
They still will credit
They
him.
should have just fucking rehired him. Like what the fuck?
No point.
Just set aside your
Little
ego.
tweets that don't reflect his current personality.
I talked to
Yeah.
this about Lawrence, but they should have just a problem that a lot of people have is that they just can't set aside their ego, admit they fucked up, and just say, "All right, I'm sorry. Can you come back?"
Yeah.
Like they just refuse to do so.
The whole Guardians cast even signed like, "Hey, bring James Gunn back," and Disney was like, "Nah, fam."
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's like petitions and everything, and they're still like, "No, we're not hiring him."
Oh, Taika, that's his name. Waititi. Yeah, he was the one that did Ragnarok. But yeah, no, like that's
Dave
my
Bautista,
thing.
I remember,
like,
was the
just
most
do it.
vocal.
Oh, absolutely. He said he's not even gonna do Guardians 3.
Yeah, I heard
He's
about.
like, I'm out.
Yeah, Batista's pissed. Was super pissed about that. And in fact, when it was announced Suicide Squad 2 would be like
He's like,
helmed
"Yo, can
by
I
Gunn,
join?"
he was like, "Yo, can I join?"
He's like, yo,
Can he still be Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney really dropped the ball with that whole thing.
Speaking of Marvel though, so Venom came out in October, and that's like the apparently. Oh wait, that was the movie. There we go. That was the movie that was
What?
like mediocre, but made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Venom was kind of alright. It wasn't obviously from the get-go. It was destined to not be faithful to the comics
Because it was
of
PG-13.
circumstance.
Oh,
And
that's
that
another
too.
thing too. Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't that bad of a movie. It was just decent.
Yeah.
But it
It's-
wasn't
it's-
like anything amazing.
It's still
But
so
it's not
weird to me that
terrible
they
either.
actually thought they could make a Venom like movie without
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Like literally,
Yeah.
Spider-Man is an integral part of his origin and everything, and you're just gonna like, nah, we don't need him for that. It's like,
Well,
okay, sure.
Here's
Sony's
the
Marvel
weird part.
universe.
They're actually going like this is now a series, right? They're gonna eventually come out with a Venom 2.
They're gonna come out with
and-
Carnage and stuff.
And
Yeah.
Carnage, no,
They're
Venom. I think
Trying
Carnage
to
will
say
be
this
part
takes
of
place in the
sequel.
same reality
And
as the
then
MCU, even though it
they're-
doesn't actually.
They're coming out with Morbius. This news was actually.
Yeah,
released,
I
I
remember.
think,
They're making Morbius and some other like villain type movies.
They just released.
There's a Craven the Hunter movie coming.
yeah, they're working on that too. I don't
just-
get those though. They need Spider-Man for that. What the fuck are they gonna do with just the villain?
They actually just released the movie. Sorry, some news about Morbius today. That Matt Smith from I think
From Doctor Who?
is
Wow.
gonna play a character for in Morbius, as well as obviously Jared
I
Leto
don't really
playing-
like that guy as an
the
actor,
part
but
of Morbius.
all right. I guess I'll see what he does.
And then eventually they're also coming out with a Silk movie. I think they're coming out with a Silver Sable movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing all this. The villain ones make the least sense to
they
me
said
because they're
that
like, yeah, let's
they're-
do a solo Craven
Yeah.
the Hunter movie, and I'm like, what the fuck is he gonna do in that movie though?
They said that
Hey,
He's
we
the
have-
villain. You need Spider-Man.
They said that
We
the
helped
hope is
make a good
that they
Spider-Man
will
movie for
create
Marvel.
the.
Let's do our own Spider-Man
They said that
series
they'll
movie.
create the hope is that they create this universe, and then after that they will introduce Spider-Man in it, or they'll like.
Oh, you mean
merge
like
the
how
two?
Universal tried to do the Dark Universe and how that failed
Yeah.
miserably twice? Twice it failed miserably.
I
Yes.
still love whenever that movie comes on and you see the Dark Universe logo in the beginning.
Oh my god.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. A friend of mine went to see that Mummy movie, and he told me like when that Dark Universe logo popped up in the beginning, everyone just started laughing.
That's so funny.
Oh,
my
setting
God.
yourself up for failure.
They
There was this
literally
image-
tried
I'm
to.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, this is a slightly off topic, but like there was an image I saw, I think like yesterday or a day ago, where like it's basically like a comic where it shows Marvel Marvel writers carefully developing this web of events from like, all right, this is phase 1, this is phase 2, we'll do this and that, and it'll connect to this, and then this is where we get to Infinity War, etc. And then the next panel below it is DC Studios shoving like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman into a blender, and they're like, "Hurry up, put it in quickly!"
Yeah, that's
Like
so
that's
weird.
literally the studios.
It's so weird that DC really rushed through it. I don't know why they had to, but So I just have to mute. But because like we had Man of Steel, and then the very next movie was Batman vs Superman, which also had the death of Superman and Wonder Woman in there. So it's just like, okay, this is the second movie in your universe, and you're doing all this at once. Okay. Then after that, it was what?
Controversy aside, I still love the nostalgia critic review of that movie.
Food fight.
It's fucking insane the way they were trying to rush through these things. Like, we get an Aquaman movie after DCEU, and I understand that some heroes don't need a movie. Like, you know, for the MCU, we didn't need a movie on Hawkeye, because honestly, Hawkeye isn't that important.
Apparently, they
the
just,
others.
like,
Yeah.
Batman and Superman is just now an abandoned concept. They're just like, we don't need them in the DCEU anymore.
We don't need these guys.
It really goes to show how much they've mishandled the DCEU when they can't even keep the actors for the two biggest DC characters.
Yeah.
They can't keep
they want it out.
They both are like, nah, fam, I'm out.
I'm out.
Tired.
Henry Cavill was like, I gotta play WoW. Sorry, man. And I'm making that joke because apparently he almost lost the audition for Superman because he was playing WoW. But
he wasn't even that bad of a Superman. He was pretty good, honestly.
He had the look down like super well. I mean,
Yeah.
I think his acting could have used some work, but he wasn't terrible.
Ben Affleck.
Bruce Affleck.
Bruce Affleck. Not wrong.
He was really like, he was probably the best part of like the whole of Batman versus Superman.
I feel bad for Ben Affleck, man.
You mean Ben Wayne?
That doesn't sound off though, honestly.
Yeah, no,
Shazam's
I feel
coming out this year. I heard
that actually
really
looks
good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks kind of good.
Zach
Shazam?
Levy. Oh my god.
Yes, Shazam. I'm looking for it.
He's just
It's funny how these solo DC movies are doing way better than when DC was trying to rush all these Avengers movies out.
Did you?
Is The Rock still in Shazam or no?
Was The Rock ever in Shazam? I didn't know that.
He was supposed to play the villain or something.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, how is Shazam supposed to defeat The Rock? He's a rock type.
Bruh.
He's an actual rock. How is he supposed to defeat a rock?
Oh,
He's
no, he
electric
left. He literally says he wished them the best of luck.
Nah, fam, I'm out.
He saw what was happening with Henry Cavill and
because he wanted
Ben
to play.
Wayne.
He was supposed to play Black Adam. But
Did you
apparently, he's just gonna get his own movie at the end.
Okay, that's interesting, I guess. Did you see Aquaman, Lawrence?
I haven't, but I heard really good things about it, which I'm really shocked about.
I mean, I think it's alright.
I just didn't see it happening. Like, I don't know, Aquaman just. I'll be honest, I did not think Aquaman was going to be that like as popular. You know, I know why Wonder Woman did it. I know.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. You know, the plural. There's more than one.
I know why. Like, obviously his abs are great, but I'm saying like why
You stole my joke again. I made that joke.
I'm just saying that like I didn't really expect it to do so well. Not because I hate it, but I just like
fuck Aquaman.
Aquaman is just like least likely, you know, essentially.
Aquaman was a huge joke for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
But
apparently, yeah, because of Super Friends and shit like that. But apparently, from what I heard, when the New 52 came out, Aquaman was like one of the most popular ones in that like run.
Dude,
really?
Because apparently his comics were actually pretty good in the New 52. I don't know.
Yeah,
I kind of stopped.
I literally, it's funny you bring that up because like someone recommended me like at least because I have a friend. He sent me the first page of like one of the New 52 Aquaman issues, and I actually found the whole issue online and I started reading it and I was like, holy fuck, this is some actual really good shit. Like, so I can actually attest to like how good those issues are.
Yeah, like I generally heard that Aquaman was surprisingly one of the best parts of New 52, which is like, wow, really? Damn. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, like he was a joke for a while, but he kind of got better and the movie came out. And I'll be honest, I thought it was all right. I'm not crazy about it. There were some parts that I think could have been fleshed out more and some jokes that I honestly thought were kind of lame. Like, there were some that I thought were kind of funny, but then there were others where I'm just like, all right, come on now.
Yeah.
Really? You're trying too hard. Like, there was literally one part where Aquaman just straight up looks at the camera and goes, redheads, am I right? And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, all right. Yeah, it's like, bro, what? But like overall, it's not. I don't think it's bad. Like it's. I'm super lenient when it comes to movies, more so than a lot of other things, because they're a lot shorter than all of the other things. Because it's only like an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I'm just like, yeah, I had fun. I thought it was fine, you know. As long as it's not pissing me off or like boring the shit out of me, I'm usually fine.
Speaking of movies that piss me off, oh my god, I was telling Eric about this. But
I think I know what he's going to talk about.
On Netflix, there is a Little Mermaid movie.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, hold on, wait. Let me tell you something about this.
Is it related to Disney, or is it just a
No, it's not.
It is related to the story, right? Not even. I don't even want to say it's related. It's
the original.
It's loosely based on the fairy tale.
To that story. It is
which is a good story, by the way.
Oh my god! So it's made by Armando Gutierrez, right? And let me tell you something. Armando Gutierrez stars in the damn movie too.
Well, that's not uncommon. There's plenty of directors that are in the movie.
No, he stars as one of the main characters.
No, that's not uncommon.
Really?
Ben Affleck does that.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, no, but I mean,
like in Argo, he was the director, but he was in the movie.
I feel like I can understand it from that point of view.
Also,
right?
the director of Iron Man is a character in the movies.
I'm saying like, from this perspective, right? He's I would say he's like not really well known, right? And he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna adapt this movie, and then I'm a star in it. I mean, I get it. Sure, do it. I don't care. I'm mostly upset that this movie is just
bad.
What's wrong with it?
Getting to the middle of towards the middle, from the beginning to the middle, I was like, okay, fine, this is not terrible, but it's all right, it's okay. And then after that, this is where I want to bring up the argument that that like Eric and I love to get in about Iron Fist, where they say, you know, where when you treat the audience like idiots, it's offensive. Okay? Now, let me tell you something.
You didn't think Iron Fist was offensive for a while.
No. Let me tell you something about this now. Like, the visual effects just got really bad. Like, all of a sudden, it's just like, they just lost the budget for the movie. And then suddenly, they're, like, doing visual effects that are just so bad. And
I love when shit like that happens, because it's like they're filming, and they're just like, alright guys, we're doing good. And then they look at their budget, and they're like, oh shit.
And they want to know something.
We still have an hour left.
That's like the Fairly Odd Parents season 10.
Midway through the movie, first off, let me tell you, the woman who plays,
Ariel?
Her name's not Ariel. Her name's Elizabeth now.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Bruh.
Right? And, okay, young niece, right? His name is Young Niece. So this guy, he's a reporter. His name is Cam. He's British. He's also, let me tell you, he is the older brother from Chronicles of Narnia. He plays Peter in Chronicles of Narnia. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, he says he's like the uncle, right, of this girl, right? And then I'm looking at the description of the movie, and the description is wrong. It says that he is there with his sister. And I'm like,
incest.
What kind of like bullshit family is this? And then, like, I just don't understand what's going on. And then midway through the movie, like, you find out that this woman, who's the mermaid, can walk on land and talk. At, like,
which
all
was
points
not part
in
of the story.
Right.
At all. Even
like,
the Disney version got that right.
Said, like, she was a circus. Like, this isn't a circus. Like, this takes place around a circus, a traveling circus. And then, and it's like it's essentially supposed to be like a magic battle, right? And then there is magic. They go and stay with this old woman, right? Who's supposed to be, like, I don't know. They just go and they stay in her place. I don't know why. I don't know who, what, where. Okay? And then, midway, like, they're just visiting. He's a reporter. He's trying to write about what they call, like, mermaid water. Right? Like, water that a mermaid swam in that apparently cures diseases. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Sure, let's go with it. midway through the movie, they, like, after all this, like, weird stuff that I'm like, okay, I guess it's not really even the Little Mermaid, but okay. They go on a steamboat. And there's this scene where she jumps off the steamboat so that she can return back to the evil wizard guy who owns the circus, because he controls her, apparently. And he swims to follow her. Mind you, they're in the middle of this, like, deep river, and he swims maybe, like, 3 or 4 miles. I want to know who trained him to swim like that. That's one. He swam so far to like, go talk to her after she jumped off the ship. And then, all of a sudden, he goes back to the home that they're staying in, and the niece/sister and the old woman that they're staying with is somehow home now. You telling me they got off the ship that was still sailing in the middle of the river that quickly? That doesn't make any sense. That's one. 2, they, like, after that, the girl jumps out the window and disappears. The niece. She disappears.
My job is done. You didn't do anything, though.
And she goes to the circus, where she's now apparently, like, there's this secret about her, that she's powerful and she has powers, and that's why she's sick. I'm like, what is this? And then this is where I say that the effects are just good. The effects are, like, done in Microsoft Paint. Like, it's bad. It's so bad. And then at the end of the movie, like,
guys,
right
we have $2.13 left for the movie. What are we gonna do?
At the end of the movie, they bring up this plot point that they didn't even bring up. But, like, suddenly the niece grows, like, essentially grows a pair, and she says, "Why don't you ever trust me? I'm like an old girl now," or something like that. And I'm like, whoa.
Is this still Little Mermaid?
Yeah, I'm like, hold up, when did you...
Apparently.
I'm like, when did you
Are you sure this isn't a fever dream? Are you sure this is a real movie?
I'm like, when did you come out with this freaking, like plot point? Where?
I'm just mad. I'm just mad they can't even pirate Adobe After Effects or something like that.
Oh my god.
I'm mad that the Disney version was more accurate to the original story.
Right?
And
they take liberties with their films.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, like, they fight off against this wizard, and that's when I say the effects are just so bad, and the story's just so confusing. I'm like, wow, they're on a train. Wow, now they're in a car that just so magically happens to be in the forest. Great. And then after that, they're fighting off against his minions, and I'm like, what is this? Where did this
like
come
from Illumination? They have minions in there? That's a weird crossover. Okay.
But, like, and then, like, they all live apparently happily ever after. And then they reveal, like, they essentially, it's not revealed because I completely forgot that this was happening in the beginning. But apparently there's an old grandmother telling her 2 granddaughters the story of the Little Mermaid, right? She's telling, and guess what?
I knew where you were going with that.
She's reading the story by Hans Christian Andersen.
Wow, and Hans Christian Andersen is rolling in his grave right now.
She's telling them the story of this, right? And then they want to know, like, the granddaughters seem so interested. And at the fucking end, do you know what they do? They say that the grandmother is a damn mermaid the entire time.
Oh my fucking
What a twist, right?
I thought for a second you were about to say that they danced like they do.
They ripped off Titanic at the end there then.
What is on her face?
They ripped off Titanic then.
I honestly was so upset at this movie. This movie is the equivalent of Iron Fist to Eric to me. This is so bad. Guys, I'm telling you, if you choose to watch it, first off, no, you are wasting 2 hours of your time.
First of all, don't.
Two, don't.
He told me I have to. 3, I have to.
3, I would like you guys. I want you guys to. 3, I want you guys to watch it because of how terrible it is, so you can experience the pain I feel.
So Lawrence told me about this, Ray, of I think like last week when we were on our sushi date, kiss, but on the way to the place, he just mentioned it's like, yeah, so I watched this really shitty Little Mermaid movie on Netflix, and I was like, there's another Little Mermaid movie? What?
What a nice break.
And he told me about it, and I'm like, and the whole time I was like, this can't be real. Are you sure you're not making this up? Like, I was really, really confused. And
Oh my god.
like he kept describing, I was like, are you sure this isn't like a foreign mockbuster and all that? And he's like, no. And
Yo, you know what? I was thinking the same thing because of all those fake ass movies that people in other countries make that you would see in like
Yeah.
I don't know, like a flea market or something like that.
yeah, like really shitty movies that are just trying to rip off
Those rip off movies.
things. This one, I guess, is trying to rip off the Disney movie by name. And
Did you know it
Titanic
takes place in
at
the
the end.
Mississippi River? Just saying, it takes place in the Mississippi River.
yeah, it's I might watch this one day just to see how bad it is, honestly.
I
Because
wouldn't be
I
surprised.
like watching bad movies. Because, like I said, well,
You can
okay,
rate it to
let
yourself.
me rephrase that. I like watching bad movies that are hilarious.
This is just
This might not be
Even
hilarious,
hilarious.
so,
It's just
yeah.
offensive to me.
It's not a so bad it's good movie. It's
Like-
it's what Lawrence is saying.
It's not even a cult, like not cult classic. It's like not The Room level.
It's not.
bad.
Yeah, that's the best
Not The
example
Room.
of a so bad it's good movie.
Yeah.
Because that movie is objectively like awful.
And
The
then-
movie literally brings up plot points and then never follows up afterwards. But it's fucking funny because of that weird French guy.
And you know, and so here's the part that I was like, really, are you kidding me? So I remember we went to go see a movie. I forget what movie it was. It might have been Blade Runner. But anyways, we saw it, like apparently it came out in AMC. Right? It came out in theaters. And I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
it came out in
okay.
AMC theaters.
And
Bruh.
then they said that the movie was picked up for Netflix. So now it is on Netflix as of last month. And
I'm
now
looking
it's
at the
like-
poster, and the poster, what the fuck is that guy in the background? He looks like
That-
Jack the Ripper or something.
No, you see that guy in the background? That's the wizard. That's the wizard that owns a circus.
That's the wizard. Okay.
He
That's
owns a
the wizard.
circus.
That's the wizard.
Oh, it hurts. This movie, just remember
Wow,
this movie hurts.
Now you know how it feels, bitch. Except this one I didn't make you watch.
I
I
was
would
I was
not
watching
be
this as a
surprised.
date as a date idea with my girlfriend, and I was like,
Oh,
like,
no.
she suggested it, and
Oh,
and even
no.
she said that it was bad. Like she like there was.
Were
just
you
so-
like, we need a break?
No. we were
Oh, no.
telling each other like we were trying to talk about it at the end of the movie, and I was just like, you know what, this is just I can't.
Why didn't you guys stop watching at some point?
Because it was so bad. I wanted to see how much bad
It happens,
it could
yeah,
be.
I can speak for
like-
Lawrence, yeah.
Like I didn't want.
You
to
gotta give
finish
yourselves
watching
credit
it.
though. At least you guys didn't go see it in theaters. At least you didn't pay money
Thank
for
God.
it.
Yeah,
No,
at least
like,
you guys thought
it
on that.
made so the budget of the movie was $5 million, but
$5
it
million,
only
yeah.
made 2.3.
Okay, you cut
They
off for me. I
lost
thought you
money.
said the budget of the movie was $5.
$5
They
bucks.
made, the budget of this movie was $5 million, and they made only 2.3.
$5 million. Wow.
And they made like 2.3 or 2.6. Yeah, they couldn't
Dude,
even make
Mighty
up their
Number
money.
9 has better effects than this movie, probably.
Like,
Yeah, it does.
Oh my god.
My
and-
lemonade stand had a bit bigger budget than this one.
Like somehow the circus, this freaking circus, right? There was a woman who was part of the circus who can apparently stop time.
What? In
No,
The Little Mermaid,
I'm
a
serious.
character who can
And
stop
then-
time.
And there is also a bearded woman who's apparently an ape or something like that.
Also, wait. If this woman can stop time, how is she supposed to use that as a trick during the circus? How is anyone gonna notice time has stopped?
She can choose what she wants to stop, apparently.
Bruh.
So this is what she does. She stops all of time so that she can help the mermaid escape, so she can get to the ocean.
I kind of hope.
Ocean,
we
by the
bring-
way, ocean. Right? They're on
Okay.
the Mississippi River. Where the hell is the ocean?
You know,
look
river,
at-
ocean, same
if you
thing,
look
right?
No, if you look at geography, I'm literally searching
Did you
geography.
just drop something?
I'm literally searching up United States geography
He's so
right now.
mad.
I'm not.
So like,
I'm
I
like-
want to complete this reference because he keeps saying this movie to me is what Iron Fist season 1 is to Eric, and I'm like, I so want to watch this now and end up liking it just so that we can complete that comparison. Yeah.
So, the Mississippi River opens up to the Gulf of Mexico or something like that. I really, like... Ocean? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, it's water. It's water. It's the same thing. River, lake, ocean. It's the same thing, right?
This movie, even talking about it gives me a headache.
Oh man, I can relate.
It is just
Is
so
that why
bad.
we should segue into me talking about Iron Fist season 1? Because I feel like you want me to rant about it.
I'm like, we already know. You think it sucks.
How long have
there we
we been
go.
going?
But like, oh my god. This movie was so bad, and I really, really, honestly hope no one is, like...
Oh my god.
Like, I really honestly hope and pray to God that when people are watching this on Netflix, first off, they don't willingly choose to watch this on Netflix. That's one.
But if you do,
be warned. This movie is terrible.
Is it really 2 hours?
It's an hour and a half. Hour 20.
Usually they have the runtime on Wikipedia, but this one doesn't even fucking have that.
Yeah, that's how you know.
no one bothered to watch it.
No one bothered, so they didn't put the time.
The Little they call it The Little Mermaid, and it's like, it says inspired by. It's not even inspired by. This is a totally different movie. They should just call it The Mermaid.
Very, it should have just said very based on
It should just be
the
called
original story.
like The Mermaid. Like,
I thought you were about to say the movie.
Like, if it was The Mermaid, I'd be fine. And as long as they didn't say it was based on the damn book. Because there is nothing here that says it is related to the book. All the character names are completely different. They did not take place in the 1920s. It did not take place in the Mississippi. Her name was Ariel. She had a grandfather or something like that. Neptune or whatever. She felt... The only thing, literally...
Neptune?
I don't care. I don't know. But anyways, the name of the, like... The only thing that they maybe get right is the fact that she is technically a mermaid and that she falls in love with a guy.
So they got the title right. Wow.
That she's a no, and she falls in love with a guy. Period.
Wow.
That's it. That's literally it.
Okay.
But she talks and everything. All the time.
Which she can't do once she gets her legs, even in the original story.
So, I don't get it. I really don't. Maybe they wanted to be symbolic? I don't know. This movie was just really bad, everybody. It was so bad.
So Iron Fist season 1.
But I do
Oh
highly...
my god, you're actually going to talk about...
I highly recommend you to go watch this movie so you can see how bad it is.
I want to like it now just to complete the effect.
I really honestly
But I know I won't.
Yeah, like...
I might lie, though. I might be like, yeah, I thought it was great.
But
Lawrence, what are you talking about?
Apparently, yeah, it got 2 stars on IMDb.
Critics were crazy. This movie's amazing.
But, so, also, I mean, speaking, I guess, of Disney live adaptations, The Little Mermaid is... the actual Little Mermaid is coming out. I think Zendaya is actually going to be playing, The Little Mermaid.
Can you imagine them doing a live-action remake of a Goofy movie? How would that work?
Oh my god.
I don't
Because
know.
at this point, they're literally remaking all their movies. They talked about Little Mermaid, Aladdin's getting it, Lila's getting it, Hunchback of Notre Dame just got announced that it's
Snow
getting one
White.
too.
Oh, Mulan, which is apparently not a musical.
Mulan, which is apparently not
Lilo
going to be a
and Stitch.
musical, so it's like, I don't even want to watch it anymore now. Because why would you get rid of I'll Make a Man Out of You?
I'm dead.
And, you know.
I searched up Cars
They'll
live
just
action.
say it instead of singing it.
Oh my god. I don't know. I'm looking up movies, like live action Disney movies, and then somehow, for some reason, people also search for Cars live action.
What?
Well, Fast and Furious, there you go.
From the director.
Cars live action. It's go outside. That's Cars live action. Cars everywhere.
Go outside, yo. They're making... I can't. But
Live
apparently-
action Cars.
so-
Get out of here.
Will Smith is cast as... It's actually coming out this year, cast as Genie for Aladdin.
Yeah, for Aladdin.
Yeah.
I don't really care for these live action remakes. They feel so pointless to me.
Yeah, I think Jungle Book was good.
That was the best one, but yeah.
What was the other? What was next? What came after that one?
They did, no. They did. Cinderella was the first one, I think. And
oh wait, was
then
that
there was
the? Wait, did they? Which one was? Who starred in Cinderella?
what?
Who was in Cinderella?
I don't remember. But yeah, Cinderella was the first one.
Mhm.
I'm
And
pretty
then
sure.
Jungle Book.
And then they did Maleficent. Then they did.
Oh right, Maleficent.
Then they
Wait,
did Jungle
is that
Book.
counted, though? Like, I
Yeah,
thought they
that
made
counts.
Did they make? Because
I mean, it's not really. It's not really a remake, so to speak.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, it counts, sort of.
Then you can count Enchanted too, right? Technically?
No, because that's like a weird hybrid sort of thing.
Oh okay.
That was also in a different time when Disney wasn't making too many of these.
Yeah,
I liked
But,
Enchanted back in the day.
I liked it too. I thought it was funny.
And I like that
But,
they brought the dragon. I forget. Is that Maleficent?
What?
The dragon. At the
No,
end
they
of
didn't fight
Enchanted.
Maleficent in that movie. It was a different dragon.
Okay.
But yeah, that movie was funny because they basically made fun of themselves
Yeah.
in that movie. But yeah, they Maleficent, and then I think it was Jungle Book next, and then
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
Have you guys watched Mowgli yet? On
No.
Netflix?
No.
It's apparently a jungle. thing.
My family did, and I mean, I didn't see the whole movie, but parts of what I did see was alright.
Okay. Yeah, they showed it on Cartoon Network the other day. That's why I was.
They did?
Too. Yeah, they did.
The live action Mowgli movie?
Yes.
Why?
Really?
I don't know.
What?
I really don't know. I
See,
was
and
shocked
Rita's
myself
back?
too. I was shocked myself. I was like, wait, why are we showing Mowgli on Cartoon Network?
Well, they're CGI characters, so it counts. They're cartoons.
I guess I don't even know.
I mean, I guess Cartoon Network did have a weird live action phase, but that's still bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird to me.
But you know, speaking of Netflix,
Yeah, you go for it.
Okay. Here goes.
fuck Iron Fist season 1 so much. Me and Lawrence must have spent hours talking about it. So here's the thing. I was reading Fate Hollow Ataraxia at the time, but then I ran into a thing where it kept crashing on me and I had to wait to get help on it, on like the people who made the English patch. So I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was like, alright, how about this? Daredevil season 3 is like about to come out. I'll just catch up with all the Netflix stuff because I haven't seen it in forever. And Iron Fist season 1 was the first one on the chopping block. And I'll be honest, I was not going into it with a negative mind at all because you guys and a lot of people in general were like, it's nowhere near as bad as like critics make it out to be. It's actually pretty good. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm probably in for a treat then. So I went in like open-minded and everything, and it was such a fucking slog to get through. I mean, I don't want to go super long because I can, but I try to like get into it as much as I can, but nearly everything just made me angry. Like honestly, we've talked about how like these Netflix shows have pacing issues and how they don't need to be 13 episodes. I think Iron Fist season 1 exemplifies that completely. Like the first 3 episodes could have been the first one alone.
Yeah.
It was so stretched out, and I'm just like, this is so boring right now. And I wanted to like get into some of the characters. Like I didn't know about Iron Fist at all. I never read any of the comics. So I was like, this is kind of interesting. It's a whole new world for me. You know, whole new world. There's another segue. But I won't blame the actor, even though he was wooden in it, but a large part of that is because of his material. But the character of Danny in season 1 is so annoying because he suffers no consequences whatsoever for any of his actions. He's hypocritical a lot of the time, and he's just kind of a whiny child. Like he never learns anything in it. He doesn't develop at all. What he is at the beginning, he is at the end, and that's it. And I know you don't need character development all the time to have a good character, but this guy, he was just like, I make the joke over and over again because they keep doing it in the show where he's like, I am Iron Fist, sworn protector of Kunlun, you know, sworn enemy of the hand, defender of Kunlun. He keeps saying that over and over again as if like I'll forget. It's just like, bro, I get it. Don't worry. You don't have to keep repeating it. It was just insane. They also kept repeating that fucking death flashback of his parents to the point where his parents have died more times on screen than Ben Parker and Bruce Wayne's parents combined. I'm not even joking. Look it up. They flash back to that part a million times in like the first 3 episodes alone. I'm just like, enough, please. This is insane.
Just imagine
Like,
the Raimi trilogy. You just keep seeing Ben Parker die.
Yeah, like every 2 minutes in the Spider-Man movie, you just see Ben die. It's just like, all right, it's kind of like ruining the moment.
No, look, I totally look. I want to say right now. Eric,
No, I'm not done.
we have made peace on this, and we're
No, I'm not done. I'm not done. You can't say that yet. But so like I was hoping that maybe. Like, I'm not able to get into any of the characters outside of, like, 1-ish, 2-ish. But I was like, alright, well, maybe the fight scenes will be good. This is Iron Fist, after all. It should be good. Because this guy's, like, an amazing martial artist, right? Some of the worst fight scenes I've seen in a long time. I can recount multiple action scenes in that season where in just 30 seconds, there's 50-plus cuts. Like, no joke. It just keeps cutting back for. It was disorienting. And it's just, it makes no fucking sense why it was so bad. I mean, it does when we hear about, you know, the fucking director, the guy who ruined Dexter and all that shit. But it was so depressing. So I was like, I can't even get into this now. What am I? I'm just slogging through it, trying to find bits and pieces that I might like. And I did find some, but not enough to make me not genuinely angry by the time I finish, because there's just so many dumb things. Like, they keep mentioning how Iron Fist is like, he fought a dragon and everything over and over. He's like, yeah, I beat this dragon. It's like, they don't fucking show you the dragon. Stop talking about the dragon if you can't show it to me. And they keep going on about how the guy is like... Yeah, and they keep going on about how the guy is like this amazing martial artist, one of the best in the world, trained years in his life. He gets his ass handed to him constantly. He is a terrible fighter. Daredevil is much more acrobatic and a much better fighter, and he's a street level hero. It's just like,
moral of the story: no amounts of training can prepare you for a common
so bad.
Like,
I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then there was stuff like with the girl. What was her name again in the show? The girlfriend?
Colleen.
Honestly forgot. Colleen. Like,
Colleen.
I'll be honest, she was one of the better parts of it to me, even in the first season, but their romance, I'm sorry, I know Lawrence goes fucking nuts over it, but I was just like, this is terrible, because in one episode, she literally wants nothing to do with him, at all. And then in the very next episode, literally, he like walks into like her training dojo, she's like, hi Danny, and I'm like, whoa, what? This is weird. And then in that same episode, they're like kissing and having sex, and I was like, what happened? I told this to Henry, and I don't know if I told it to you guys, but I swear, I honestly paused the show and looked at like the Netflix guide, because I honestly thought that Netflix glitched and skipped an episode. I honestly thought I missed something, because I was like, whoa, this doesn't make any sense. Like, they just all of a sudden like each other out of nowhere. It's so weird. But no, that's how it was written. Just out of the blue, at the snap of someone's fingers, she's madly in love with him. Just head over heels for him. The worst romantic pairing I've seen in a while, outside of Jean and Sig in Fate Apocrypha. But I could talk about that in another podcast. And I'm just like, I couldn't even get into the romance, and I hate that, because I like a good romance. I seem like I'm a cold-hearted fellow, but I actually dig a very nice, warm, fluffy romance. Didn't like that one, though. And I told this to Lawrence. I was like, the reason I can't even get into a cute sex scene or whatever is because when they can't even build a good foundation for it, then the rest of it's pointless. Like, I can't believe anything that comes after it because they couldn't build it up well at all. And it's just... I mean, really, I could also pick out, like, individual scenes, too. I could go on, like... There was one part in the end that really annoyed me, because it's the one where the main villain of the season, Harold, is playing cat and mouse with Danny.
Oh my god, yes.
With a gun and everything. And like Danny's hiding and everything. But then at one point, Danny comes out and kicks the gun away from Harold. And I was like, all right, nice. He has him. He runs away. He kicks the gun, but then runs away. Enough, and then after that, Harold just picks up the gun again. And I'm like, what was the point of that? The fuck? My dad even pointed that out because he was watching with me in certain episodes, and he was like, why did he do that? And I'm just like, don't think about it too much, Dad. Because it's clear that the writers didn't either. It makes no sense. The show also, like, it has an issue where they keep hyping shit up but never delivering. Like, they keep showing Harold boxing several times in the show, and eventually at the very near the end, after he gets resurrected, by the way, I'm spoiling this shit hard, and I don't even want to hear any complaints because this shit's terrible.
And it's been out
To
for
be
a long
fair,
time.
it's been out for a year, so.
And it's been out for a while, yeah. And, like, the very last time they show him boxing, he literally breaks the sandbag, and the camera focuses on the hole in the sandbag and everything. And it's like, this is clearly foreshadowing a fist fight with Harold. Makes sense, right? This guy's is super powerful. The superhero is literally called Iron Fist. He never fist fights anyone in the show. Danny or otherwise. All that foreshadowing was just completely pointless.
Wow.
And then there's like the whole thing with, I mentioned the hypocritical thing because Danny goes on and on about, killing is wrong. And even Colleen does that because there's a point where she almost kills Bakudo, but she's like, no, killing is wrong. I can't do this. Very next episode, when they find out that Harold's an asshole, Danny's like, I'm gonna kill Harold. It's like, okay. But then it gets worse because then Colleen is like, no, I'll kill him for you, sweetie. And it's like, last episode, you were literally just saying killing is wrong. Now you're saying it's okay because you found out Harold's a bad guy. Makes sense. I don't know. Like, I don't consider myself the most critically analytical person when it comes to games and shows and books and shit. I try and get better at it. I mean, that's why I keep watching, like, all those video essay YouTube channels because I think they're pretty cool. And I guess maybe I've just picked up skills from watching all of them. But yeah, like it felt like every 2 minutes I was stopping myself and saying, that's really bad. That's really bad. That makes no sense. That was poorly edited. Like, shit like that constantly. To the point where, honestly, the positives by the end of it, I was just like, fuck this show, honestly. Because the end was the nail in the coffin where out of nowhere, Joy is just gonna join with fucking the guy, the best friend. Yeah. Out of nowhere, Joy suddenly hates Danny's guts, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna join you to try and kill him." It's like, where did this come from? At no point did Joy ever show malice to Danny, and just out of the blue, she's like, "It's his fault. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna join you." It's just out of nowhere. I was so stunned. I was just like, I almost don't even want to see season 2, honestly, after that ending. That shit makes no sense.
But he had to.
And like, the censure is that, like, I love you guys a lot. But by the end, I'm just like, what do y'all see in this? I mean, honestly, like, I thought maybe y'all had, like, really, really fond memories of the comic or something. But, like, honestly, by the end, I really didn't have much positive to say about it. The things I could say that I thought were decent to good, I could literally write down on a post-it note, and it would fit. In legible, like, handwriting and font. And it's literally Ward. I thought he was great. I thought his actor was great. Colleen was okay. She wasn't as annoying as Danny, although she clearly had her annoying moments.
Yep.
I'll admit, part of that's because, Jessica Henwick is attractive.
She's great.
Yeah. And, some fight scenes, like the Drunken Master one, was like, alright, this one isn't that bad. There's not a million cuts in 2 seconds. I can actually see what's going on, and it's kind of creative. It's a little cliche, because, the millionth time we've seen a Drunken Master fight in a Kung Fu type thing. But it was kind of fun. I'll admit that. But that's it. Like, I can count the positives on one hand. And I talked to Lawrence for hours about this, like, what do you see in this? Honestly, I'm begging you. I don't get this at all. What the hell do you see in this? I don't care if Jessica Henwick has the best feet you've ever seen. That is not an excuse. You can just look that up on WikiFeet. I need to know why you liked this. And eventually we just kind of made peace about it. It's just like, yeah, the show's pretty bad, but I still enjoyed it. It's like, okay.
Okay.
And I'm just like, nah, and I mean that sincere. Like, I'm not trying to be petty. Like, y'all are my friends. I'm good with y'all. Y'all have a good time. But god damn it, I'm never watching a second of that show again. Obviously because it's canceled, but like,
No, but
I mean,
let me tell
specifically
you though.
season 1.
Let me tell you though, his appearance in Luke Cage season 2 was great.
Yes,
That's it.
I have stated this multiple times.
Yes.
I did really like him in that. I thought it was cool seeing him zen and chill and actually
And
kind of
season
funny.
2 wasn't all that. It was better. It was better. Period.
Season 2, no, I didn't think season 2 of Iron Fist was bad. I appreciated the fact that it was shorter. It was only 10 episodes, which is great for these Marvel Netflix shows because they're too long, in my opinion. There's a difference between slow burn and slow,
I
but
was
these
really sad when they
Marvel
broke
shows
up,
are just
though. I
kind of
will say
slow. They really break up? It didn't seem that way.
that. At the end, yeah. Because
Was
you
it a
know what they were
full-on
supposed
breakup?
to
It
do.
seemed more like just a...
So you know what they were
just
trying to
needs some-
do, right? They were trying.
Yeah.
So in the comics, Danny ends up falling in love with Misty.
Yeah, I heard.
They
I heard that.
end up becoming together, and so I guess that's really what they were trying to eventually like put together. I don't know.
I am maybe. I forgot that they broke up, honestly.
So
I think it's
Colleen
because...
and Danny never were never.
They never date.
No, they do, but
In
they're
the
not. They're
no,
not,
I mean in the comic, they'd never date, right?
no, they do, but it's not. It doesn't.
Oh,
last
okay,
long.
okay.
It doesn't last.
Oh,
long.
okay.
They
okay.
eventually they break up and then Misty and Danny become a thing. And
Yeah,
I get that, but I don't know. I don't know why they wanted to go that way. I think they I guess they really they did kind of want to do like a Mary Jane Peter Parker kind of thing where essentially they have to break up because he's leaving or something like that. No, sorry, Gwen Stacy. I was thinking Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait.
Where they have to break up because they're leaving. He's leaving or something like that. And he eventually leaves. He leaves with Ward, and then he gets the powers from another Iron Fist, essentially, because Colleen has the other Iron Fist. And that's something that Eric is probably going to wants to bring up, but that he did not really like the whole Colleen becomes an Iron Fist thing because one of her ancestors was an Iron Fist or whatever.
Well,
and I can understand that because it seems kind of random. So, I used to think that I personally liked it. Thought it was a cool spin twist on it, but it obviously is sensed in a different direction from a lot of people.
Same kinda, yeah.
But I did like. I mean, I also did like how Danny now has Iron Fist in both hands and now and can control guns, which is really cool.
Well, apparently that's a thing
That
in
is
the
a
comic.
thing. Yeah, that is a thing. But I like that they were really setting that up so hard for a third season. And I don't know. I feel like it would have
I
been
love how
okay.
that ending no longer makes sense now that the show's canceled.
Yeah.
That's how they decided to end this?
People are just like, that's a weird ending. It's like Teen Titans. It's like, wow, that's how they ended it? Okay. But,
Yeah.
look, I'll say this. Like I said, I think Season 2 wasn't that bad. In fact, I prefer it over,
Oh yeah.
Jessica Jones Season 2 even. Because I
remember when
did
Davos
not
got
like
it
Jessica
on?
Jones Season 2. It was shorter, which I appreciated, because these Marvel Netflix shows are just way too slow sometimes. The fight scenes were a lot better. They're still not up to par with Daredevil. I still think there was room for improvement, but it was definitely a noticeable jump in quality. I thought Bloody Mary was her name?
Typhoid Mary.
Typhoid Mary, my
Bloody
bad.
Mary, I think, is one of her alter egos, though.
Yeah, Typhoid Mary, I thought she was really cool. I thought Danny overall, while still not as good as his Season 2 Luke Cage appearance, I think that's still his peak, personally. I thought he was better than Season 1.
At least, in his own show.
The only moment where I was kind of annoyed by him was practically at the very beginning when Joy, I don't know why I keep making that mistake. Joy calls over Ward and Danny to sign some papers and shit for something. And Danny just immediately signs about reading it. I'm just like, oh god, please, no.
Yeah.
Don't revert back to the first season. And but no, that was the only super annoying moment I had with him. And he wasn't that bad in it. And I like the music in Iron Fist Season 2 a lot too. And I think maybe even some tracks in Season 1. The OP is bland as fuck though, I'll just say that. It's literally just gray claymation figures
Gray clay.
jumping around. But
That's why
the
I always
actual
skip the
music in the
intro.
show I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a huge improvement. It's still nowhere near the best in the whole Marvel Netflix lineup, to me at least. But it was enough where I was like, okay, that actually didn't feel like a waste of my time like the first season did. I actually am kind of glad I watched that, and I am kind of disappointed that it's canceled solely because that means I won't get more Ward, and he was still easily the best part of that show, even in the second season, to me at least.
Yeah.
I still had issues with it though. It's just, and it was mostly just honestly with Danny and the fact that they kind of made him a secondary character in his own show in that season.
Oh, yeah.
Like I dig Colleen enough, but the show's called Iron Fist and it's starring Danny Rand, so I want to see Danny Rand, but then he loses his Iron Fist, and then there's the whole thing where Colleen gets it. And yeah, like Lauren said, I personally wasn't a huge fan of that for a few reasons. Just one, I just felt that the whole thing kind of cheapens the Iron Fist power. Like, it basically makes it a MacGuffin that could just be tossed around. Because even the first season, to its credit, like, built up the lore behind the Iron Fist, where it's like you have to train for years of your life and fight a dragon, which they still don't show, to earn the Iron Fist. But then in season 2, it's just like, nah, man, just fucking get a tattoo and play with the guy's forehead, and boom, you're the Iron Fist now. It's that easy.
Yeah.
It's a shortcut, really easy shortcut. Why waste 15 years training when you could do it in 5 minutes? But I thought that was like really cheap. And then the whole thing with like Danny's leg gets injured, and that's fine. Like at first, when Lawrence first told me, he told me in a really weird way that kind of made me mad. I was just like, what? But then when I saw it in the show, I was just like, okay, no, this is okay. Like you can learn
when I told him about the broken ankle.
Yeah, you said it in a really weird way that made it seem like Danny regressed as a character.
I was like, yeah, Danny needs training because he broke his ankle.
And I'm like, what?
The
The best martial artist in the world needs training? But then when I saw the show, it's just like, okay, it makes sense. What I didn't like, though, is that Colleen, out of nowhere, is just like, I'm going to teach you. I'm just like, what?
And she
What
automatically somehow becomes more powerful than Danny.
Like, what the fuck are you going to teach the best martial artist in the world? Like, he doesn't need training from you. You just need to help him with physical therapy. That's all he needs. Like, I don't like the fact that when he loses the Iron Fist, it's as if he's a wimp. Like, he just lost all his training. Yeah, like, I get that he's handicapped, but that doesn't mean he lost all his fighting prowess.
Now that you say that, because now I remember when he was training to be the Iron Fist, he had the same fight skills when he was fighting with Davos, and they make I like that battle between him and Davos. That was good.
The one where they keep cutting back to?
Yeah, the one where they're wearing the Iron Fist mask.
No, yeah, I like that battle too.
And the thing is, like, he shows, like, he doesn't need the Iron Fist to battle and to be good. And then they're just like, nah, he's actually stupid now. He doesn't know how to fight.
Yeah, like, that's what I really didn't like that. It's like, when he loses, it's just like, oh, duh, I don't know how to fight anymore. Like, okay, that's weird. And, like, the whole thing with Colleen...
When you lose the Iron Fist, you lose all knowledge of fighting.
Yeah, like, apparently you just forget how to throw punches and kicks if you lose the Iron Fist, which is really bizarre.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole thing with Colleen becoming the Iron Fist, I just thought that was so lame because they try to explain it's just like, oh, one of her ancestors was an Iron Fist. And I'm like, that's a really lame explanation. That's like if someone said, oh, yo, Eric, your grandfather was a basketball player. That means you're going to be a basketball player, right? Yeah, man. That's how genetics works.
Look, the only thing they can say that for Eric is baseball, okay?
Well, no, I'm just giving an example.
No, I'm just saying that, like, the only thing
I
that
know,
actually works
reinforcing
out is
that Dominican stereotype. I get it.
And you want to know something, guys? Eric actually used to play baseball, so, you know.
I did.
It worked out.
I did, yeah. I was not the best thrower, but I was a pretty good catcher overall and a decent batter. So, yeah. And not catchers in the position. I mean, I was good at catching, like, in general. But yeah. But, yeah, I played baseball. There you go. But, yeah, like, Season 2 was a marked improvement. I was sad that it was canceled because I wanted more Ward. I thought...
I was really sad when Luke Cage got canceled, because I loved Season 2. It was so good.
That also was left off on a cliffhanger.
Oh.
Yeah. With Iron Fist, I just really want to see Danny and Ward broing it up together, traveling the world.
That would have been cool,
the world.
Traveling
traveling the world. That seemed really cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, that. It sucks that it got canceled. But yeah, like, nah. The first season, go to hell. I don't like it. I love y'all. Y'all can like it as much as you want. Just keep me out of it, I guess, because that season frustrates me.
When you go to hell, that's literally all they broadcast down there. Just
Iron Fist season 1, yeah. I'd actually kill myself again at that point.
Yeah, but then you'll keep returning. It'll be like Doctor Strange and Dormammu. Dormammu! Dormammu! Dormammu!
I've come to watch Iron
I've
Fist
come to
season
bargain.
1.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Dormammu. I love.
But yeah, there
that.
you go.
That was a fun
If you
scene.
like Iron Fist, anyone listening, that's totally fine. I just really hated it, and I think honestly, a part of it is because I really disliked the way some Marvel fans were acting about it when the reviews hit and they were super negative. Because there was like
that was also another reason why I kept on reinforcing, because like they really, like, a lot of fans and a lot of people said that
you're getting cut out super hard, so I'm not hearing you at all.
Like a lot of fans and a lot of critics were like, first off, critics were saying it was so bad, and I was like, okay, it was like not that bad. And then I'm with the critics on that one.
but
they were saying like it's the worst thing that ever happened or whatever. And then there were a lot
even
of
that feels like an exaggeration.
And then I've read a lot of reviews that say that. And then a lot of like fans were like, no, the critics, they're all being too rough. And I was just like, all right, seriously, what's going on here? I don't get it.
Yeah. What I mean when I bring that up is because DCEU fans, as we know, they can sometimes act really defensively about some of their movies when they get really bad reviews. And, MCU fans like to tease them about it. It's just like, lol, get over it, loser, your movie sucks. But then when an MCU property fucking gets super negative reviews, they're like, nah, man, the critics are just being too harsh. It's like, wow,
Guardians of the Galaxy
you're so
2.
pathetic. Like, as soon as the shoe's on the other foot, then you start crying foul. It's like,
Guardians
okay,
of the Galaxy
that's
2.
such an asshole thing to do. And I guess that's part of the reason why I really just hate Iron Fist season 1, because I just hated how some of the fans were like fiercely defending that show, and I don't think it deserves it. Like, if you like it, I think that's fine. But the way some people were defending it, they were acting like it was on par with shit like Daredevil. I'm just like, no, not at all. And I'm sorry, but like, the whole excuse that a lot of people would use is like, the reviewers are just mad that he isn't Asian. Like, I get it. That was a dumb controversy. I agree that it was a dumb controversy because the guy's white in the comic, so it makes sense that he's white. But, like, honestly, majority of the reviews I read on that show barely mentions it. Most of them don't mention it at all and just talk about all the legitimate faults the show has. And the ones that do mention it, it's for, like, a few lines, and that's it. They still talk about all the other things that the show does wrong. I really dislike how some MCU fans were, like, just grabbing onto that as, like, a defense. It's like, oh, they just didn't like how he wasn't Asian. It's like, no, they just didn't like a really shitty show.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Like, you just need to accept that, just like how some DC movies turned out bad, you just need to accept that Iron Fist turned out really bad.
Yeah. No, and that's kind of my thing, right? Like, so they're going to come out with Shang-Chi, which is going to be cool, like in the MCU as a movie. For those of you who don't know, Shang-Chi is essentially Kung Fu Master. He is on the level of Danny, but, like, I don't think he has much. He has some powers that he's able to create duplicates of himself, kind of like shadow clone jutsu or whatever. He's a master martial artist, but he is on the same level as Danny, essentially. And so one of the things people are saying that eventually he could team up with him, which would be really nice, because I would like to see that character come back better. Because if we saw the Heroes for Hire episode from Luke Cage season 2, it was really good, right? Everyone agrees it is the best thing that
Iron Fist is attached to.
Yeah, and I like that. And something that as soon as Luke Cage season 2 ended, I went to starting reading articles and stuff like that, and lots of people were saying, obviously. So again, I'm gonna spoil this because a lot of people know this, is that Luke Cage becomes essentially a mob boss. He owns he owns the club that Mariah owned and that Cottonmouth owned. Now he's the owner, and he gets to watch over all of Harlem from there. And they said, there were a lot of articles saying that the one person that can really not knock Luke Cage back down to size was Danny, Iron Fist. He really was the only person that could do that, because he was, despite them feuding at the beginning, they were the only people who really got together, who really got along. Because I'm gonna be honest, the only people that really, like, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, fine, they kind of got along. I mean, they had sex, whatever. But Matt Murdock and Luke Cage, they didn't really get along that well. I don't think, at least. Like, they didn't get along as well as like Danny and Luke do. You know?
Yeah.
And they said that he was supposed to be the only one that did that. Then Iron Fist Season 2 came out, and I was like, wow, finally, he's doing really good things with his fist. Then they cancel it. And then they cancel Luke Cage. I'm like, are you kidding me? What the hell? Now we're really not going to even see what's going to happen. Now, as far as I know, Luke Cage is always a mob boss.
He just stays a mob boss forever.
What an ending!
That's his ultimate fate in the MCU. And then he dies.
Great. Awesome.
Did by the
Fantastic.
snap?
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's dead. Great. Yeah, but I know that's kind of one of the things that I mean, like, I appreciate it. But Daredevil Season 3, fantastic. Fight scenes, fantastic. Bullseye, fantastic. Ugh, it was so good. It really was so good. I won't spoil it because people still have to go see it. Right? There's still some people have to go see it. But
that is worth not spoiling, yeah.
It is not worth spoiling this episode, maybe next one. But it is so good. It was really good. I loved it. And that post-credit scene at the end was just really good. Like, it
Yeah.
But then it made me upset again, because when they canceled Daredevil, I was upset again. Because
everyone was.
Why are you going to do this? Are you kidding me? The one property that everyone loves equally. The third season, I can even say I think it was better than the second season. I don't know if it was better than the
third season was great in my opinion.
Third season was so good. I loved it a lot. The Born Again storyline is really good. I mean, the fact that they kind of resort Daredevil back to the, like, original, like, he doesn't have the red suit anymore. Like, I love that. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It was so good. I actually, like, found myself watching every single episode. I didn't mind that it was 13 episodes long. Sorry. I didn't mind that it was 13 episodes long. At all. I loved it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general those Marvel Netflix shows have issues with pacing, but for Daredevil, it's probably the best one in regards to that. I don't find myself checking the watch as often when I watch Daredevil as I did with the others.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved it, and it was really good, and I loved the actor that plays Nadeem, Agent Nadeem. So he was so good as Nadeem. He was so good as Nadeem. I honestly liked him a lot.
Oh, the guy who did Nadine? Yeah, he was great. He had really good hair, too.
Yeah, I loved his hair. That's probably a reason why I tried to go for the pompadour, because with my hair, I just got a haircut, and I was trying to go for a pompadour because I really like the haircut that he went for. He's apparently a really famous actor. He's done a lot of really big things.
I've heard. I've just never really seen him in anything.
Yeah. But
that he's in, at least.
You know what? That's great. But, so yeah, they're apparently doing a Shang-Chi movie. I think maybe next time we'll probably talk about Disney+. Because I kind of want to rip them a new one. But, I don't know. I think we hit the nail on the head on everything this time, right?
What do you mean, for the podcast?
Yeah, I think we got everything.
I mean, I didn't talk about Fate at all, but that's like 8 hours itself, so... We could just save that for another time.
Yeah, I think one thing I'd like to at least mention before we go, I mean, this year's also, besides movies, I mean, there's a lot of good movies. You know, I'll say Dumbo is coming out this year, too, which is coming out in a few months.
All right, that's another live-action thing we're doing.
Yeah, there are a lot of, like, really good... I'm going to list a few that I've written that, I mean, deserve a little bit. Alita... Oh, let me just say this. Mahershala Ali had a really good year. Good few years, this past few years, I think. You know, he was in Alita he's in Alita Battle Angel. He was in Into the Spider-Verse. He was Prowler. And and then
Nice.
he was he had something else last year. He was in, I think, Green Room, the comedy that apparently won Best Comedy at the Golden Globes. He played Cottonmouth a few years ago in Luke Cage, which was really good.
Yeah,
He
he's a
just-
really good actor. He's in
he's-
True Detective
yeah,
season
in
3
True
right
Detective, yeah. My cousin was actually talking to me about that. He's in True Detective. He really he's been doing really well for himself, I think.
now. Yeah, he's been
and
doing a lot of stuff.
Alita Battle Angel, it looks weird. The eyes look really weird to me, but I think I have this weird feeling that it's going to actually be good.
Which
I don't
one?
know. Alita Battle Angel.
Nah, I don't. She
think
looks
so?
so creepy to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I really don't like. I've never
To
seen
me,
the
she
source
kind
material.
of looks like an anime character in real life.
Yeah, I don't that's probably the only thing, but I think I really do think story wise it might be good. I don't know. Nancy Drew apparently is getting a movie this year. Like I said, Dumbo's getting something. The Ugly Dolls movie, look, I freaked out when I first saw the trailer, but now just thinking about it, I really don't like it. I'm really starting to really feel weird about it. Hellboy's
I don't have
coming out.
anything against it, but I feel like it's kind of like a cash grab, kind of like
Yeah.
like Angry Birds.
It feels
kind of
like
movie.
they're just trying to not rip, but write off the success of things like Lego
Yes.
Movie in a
Yeah,
way.
no, I love Ugly Dolls. I as a
I honestly never
Toys.
heard of Ugly Dolls until that trailer. I'm not gonna
no,
lie.
they were so cute. They're so cute. They're really cool plush toys. They have their own stories, right? They have books about the Ugly Dolls. And this
Were they the
it does feel like a cash grab because you have Pitbull is in that movie. Nick
Yeah.
Jonas is in that movie. Kelly
trailer.
Clarkson, Wanda Sykes, Gabriel Iglesias, Blake Shelton, Janelle Monáe. These are all singers. They're all gonna sing in this damn movie, and they're all gonna have music. This just sounds like a cash grab to sell music for these artists.
Oh, you know,
Charlie
you know
XCX,
what's
BB Rexa. What?
it's also coming out this year, Lawrence.
What?
A Dog's Way Home.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This movie.
Oh man, the movie that spoiled
There are
its
two
whole
dog movies
plot
coming out this
before
year.
Into the Spider-Verse.
There are two dog movies coming out this year.
A
There's
Dog's
a
Way
se-
Home too?
A Dog's Purpose came out 2 years ago, but this movie, the sequel, A Dog's Journey, is coming out this year. And then there's A
What?
Dog's Way
Okay.
Home, which is coming out, I think, next month or the
Oh my
month after.
gosh.
So many dog movies.
Yes, and it's look,
Who
I
likes
like
dogs?
it. There was Because of Winn-Dixie when I was younger, and then there was what was the other one? There, Marley and Me, that dog movie.
Space Buddies.
Okay, but the Buddies movies were not too bad. For a kid, they weren't terrible. One movie I'm really excited for, the Hellboy remake, with David Harbour playing Hellboy. Oh, that's gonna be really good. If you guys don't know, David Harbour is the he played Chief Hopper in Stranger Things. So I love him. He's a really good actor. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him play Hellboy. That's gonna be really fun. I didn't see the original Hellboy, but I'm glad. I'm glad. As an actor, he's taking on. Then we have Deadpool as a Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Detective Pikachu.
That's coming out this year. Godzilla is coming out this year, and we're gonna.
That
finally,
looks way better than the first
Yeah,
one.
we're gonna find out what
Are we
what
actually-
happened with the blue light. That hit and a few months ago.
A few months ago, you
Sorry, a
mean,
few weeks ago. Yeah.
A few weeks ago.
Men in Black
that we saw, yeah.
International, which stars Valkyrie and Thor.
Looks pretty interesting.
Dark Phoenix, which is coming out. One movie.
Supposedly, that's going to be the final I guess Fox branded X-Men movie, and then some people are speculating that that's gonna reboot the whole universe to be in the MCU
Yeah.
afterwards.
There's also Umbrella Academy, which apparently is coming out this year. I don't know. They're rebooting The Grudge, it looks like. Oh, Toy Story 4 is also coming out this
Oh
year.
man, Lawrence is gonna love that.
I hate that movie with a fucking passion. And then there's Child's
Because
Play.
he's scared of it, by the way.
Child's
He's not
Play is
saying it's
coming
actually bad. Yeah, they're rebooting that, and I'm like, why? It's still going though. The original timeline's still going.
Did they end the old one already?
No, well, they had a recent like direct-to-DVD movie that was apparently pretty good, but I don't recall that being the last one.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
And
why are they rebooting it?
Lion King is
It's
coming
like-
out this year too.
That's like their Sonic Boom.
God.
Also, Fast and Furious, that spin-off with Jason Statham and Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
New Mutants is coming out. That's a Fox Marvel thing. Apparently, it's supposed to be like
Yeah,
a horror
it seems to
film.
be a horror film. That looks interesting to me. I want to
Yeah.
watch that.
Dora the Explorer is coming out this year.
The Michael Bay
Yeah.
one?
No. But apparently,
Did
Isabel.
you say
what?
explosion?
Wait, is this? Wait, hold on. Is this actually like a? There's a lot. Is this live action?
It's live action.
It is,
Jeffrey
yeah.
Wahlberg
I don't know.
as Diego.
I don't know
I
why
guess.
Michael
Where's
Bay
Boots?
would be directing an animated film.
Where's Boots?
I don't know.
He's not even here.
I don't know.
Probably haven't casted him yet.
I just realized we didn't talk about the games we're excited for.
Oh yeah,
this
yeah.
year.
No, I just wanted to finish because I wanted to get into that, but they have Playmobil the movie, guys.
Playmobil?
Yes,
Playmobil.
the movie. Artemis Fowl. Have never read the book, but maybe it might give me a reason to read it.
I've never read the book either, yeah.
Angry Birds movie 2.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It Chapter 2, like what I said. I was talking
Oh
about this
yeah,
on the stream.
I heard the first one was
earlier.
pretty good, so
It Chapter
that'll be
2.
interesting.
Joker, the
Oh, right, the
Joaquin
standalone one.
Phoenix one is gonna be really cool because it's it takes place in the Bronx and in like most of New York.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really cool. The Joker movie.
The Bronx.
Is that a DCEU movie or just a standalone?
I
Standalone,
imagine
I
it's.
believe.
Is it really stand? Wow, all right.
Yeah,
Weird.
I don't think the Suicide Squad Joker is gonna really like work well with the type of Joker they're doing because they're doing like a gangster type of Joker.
Okay.
Yeah. They're making and then also the Addams Family, they're making it in 3D animation. Okay. Sonic
All
the
right, they're making an
Hedgehog.
Adams. Yeah, the fucking Sonic movie. Oh god.
Wait, what the hell? There's a movie called Farmageddon, a Shaun the Sheep
What?
movie.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
heard the Shaun. There was
Yeah, there was a
an
really
original
dope
Shaun the Sheep movie.
But like,
Yeah, apparently it
it's
was really
called
good.
Farmageddon. What
That's
the
an
hell?
amazing title for Shaun the Sheep. Let's be
Shaun
real.
the Sheep comes to Mad Max.
What? Terminator 6. Okay. Kingsman. Oh, there's a third Kingsman movie coming out. Oh, that's good.
Really?
That's
Huh.
gonna be good. Frozen 2 is coming out this year.
Frozen
Yeah.
2.
Jumanji 3.
Jumanji 3.
Where was Jumanji 2?
Wait, there was two. What's the? I guess the second one was the.
But
I thought it was a reboot too, but maybe it
Oh,
was a sequel.
Wow. I guess it was a sequel. Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh yeah, it was a sequel.
Wow.
Okay.
The board game was so
Jumanji
popular
3.
they made it into a game.
Yeah.
Was that a
Cat-
real
they're
board
making
game before the
Cats
movie?
Also, if you've never heard of the
They probably
The
made
musical?
it.
yeah, they're making
product.
they're making that into something this year. And another thing, something that I was really happy about. I just found this out the other day. So we all know my love for Lin-Manuel Miranda, who, by the way, was in Mary Poppins Returns, which I've been waiting to see.
Yeah.
And I've been.
He
waiting
loves
for
him
so
almost
long.
as much as he's gay for him almost as much as he's gay for me, and that's saying a lot.
I love Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yo,
so
Eric,
much.
how's Lin-Manuel Miranda doing?
Oh, he's doing great, fam.
Yeah, so and sorry. In the Heights, if you guys don't know, was his first
Where
musical.
Eric lives.
Hmm?
I said where Eric lives.
Yes, in the
Yeah,
Heights,
Washington
in Washington Heights. Put his address on the screen so people can go see him. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you do that.
In the Heights was his first musical. I loved it. I was in it, not in the Broadway version. At my high school, I was in it. One of my favorite musicals of all time, honestly. And like, so they're making a movie about it. They said that they would, like 10 years ago, when we were first starring in it. This was 2013, 14, something like that. Almost 10 years ago. But they're coming out in a movie 2020, and the director, obviously, is not Lin-Manuel. He's the producer, but the director of it is none other than John Cho. John Cho, Asian director, by the way, who did Crazy Rich Asians. And, you know, obviously Crazy Rich Asians did really good. I'm not going to say that because he did that is going to be good, but I have faith in him. And there's, like, honestly, the source material is there. Like, literally, they can follow the script to a T, and it will be fine. Like, I imagine they would actually do really well. Funny thing is, though, Lin-Manuel is not going to star as the part that he originally starred in, the main character. But he got the person that plays Sunny, the part I played. The actor that played Sunny is going to play Usnavi now, which is really cool. The main character. So it's like, what a really cool upgrade. You know, he eventually got the chance to play like the main character. I love that movie and love that musical so much, so I'm really, really happy for it. And I think they're actually going to shoot it in Washington Heights, which is cool. So I'm going to be, you know, hanging out in the Heights a lot when they start filming, so that I can meet my my creative hero.
Your hero.
My creative hero. He actually is in Puerto Rico right now doing Hamilton, but, you know.
Yeah, I saw... Yo, Eric, walk in the background when they're filming that.
Yeah, actually, Eric, do that. I'm dead ass.
Okay.
Every day.
I'll just yell out toes while I run past.
Hope that they use one of your takes.
Yeah, but I'm really, like, I'm psyched for that movie. That's probably one of the big movies that I'm psyched for.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I really, like, there are lots of good movies this year that I'm really looking forward to. It's a good year for movies, 2019, but it is also a really good year for games. What are we excited for? Resident Evil's coming out tomorrow.
Resident Evil 2, I have it. I started it. It's really fucking good so far.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Finally.
Kingdom Hearts 3, super excited for that too.
Finally.
It's coming out.
They're airing commercials for it now.
I do also want to give a shout out to Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, because that came out earlier this month, and that was I have that. I don't know how I'm going to balance that along with Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, but there you go. I guess I'll try. But I just want to mention that because it was a popular RPG from like 10 years ago that got remastered.
Yeah.
But besides that, fucking 2 Game of the Year worthy games in January. That's crazy. But when it comes to the rest of this year, what's coming out this year, 2019?
Mortal Kombat 11's coming out.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty good.
Except also, the one thing I was turned off by was the damn song and the damn rap during the Game Awards. What was it?
Yeah, I was really confused by that. It was so tonally weird.
Look, I get it. It was cool. I get I liked it, the music, but it was off.
Yeah, I was really confused by that. But yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited for Bloodstained, which is like the Castlevania like spiritual successor by the original creator.
Oh yeah.
Code Vein also looks kind of cool. It's like a Dark Soulsy type game. I literally have to look up a list of the games coming out this year.
They're coming out with Animal Crossing this year.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Oh, Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5. That's coming out this year. March. So not that far off. Doom Eternal. That's going to be cool.
Doom Eternal.
Fire Emblem is supposed to come out this year too. The new Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Also, what was the I know this doesn't really say anything, but you know, Persona 5 came out like we were watching let me tell you, we were watching the Game Awards. We were watching the Game Awards and we were just like chilling, like it wasn't really that bad.
Oh yeah.
And then
nothing was happening.
Like cool, we got a few cool games that were really cool. Like we got Crash Team Racing. They showed that, which was cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's coming out this year too. So that's gonna be cool.
And then all of a sudden, in the middle of the freaking like.
When we come
Game
back,
Awards,
we're gonna do this and that, and yo, what the hell?
And then the lights go out, and we're just like, okay, cool. And then after that, we saw Persona 5, and we're like, oh, cool. So there may be a port coming or something like that.
Like a port or a side title or something like that.
Or
Or
an updated version,
And then all of a sudden they show the Smash envelope. They
So
showed the
I'm not
Smash
gonna
envelope.
lie. I was in a Discord call watching the Game Awards with a group of friends, and when that happens, everyone started screaming,
Yeah.
like just
Dude.
yelling when they saw that Smash logo on the envelope.
I legitimately slammed the shit out of my keyboard when the Smash
Yeah,
logo
we
came
were
on
just
screen. I was like,
"Oh
this is
my
the
God! Oh
this is the
I was like,
timeline we live in.
my mom had to rush in because she thought something was wrong, but I couldn't explain. I was just like, no fucking way.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This is the timeline we
honestly,
live in.
This is a time.
That's incredible.
I loved my fucking Twitter timeline when that happened. Was literally what over and
Dude.
over again by like a million people. Just
What?
what?
Dude, YouTube, Twitter, you could not escape it. It was trending everywhere. Everyone was
Yeah.
making reaction videos. There was a dude, this YouTuber, he's actually pretty good. Relax Alex. He loves Persona 5 and he constantly says, I want Joker in Smash. Joker would be so cool to Smash. Persona 5 content, please be in Smash. I know it's impossible, but let's get it. And you know how he felt when he did a reaction to when the game
Did he
was-
start crying?
He did. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, Catherine coming out this year.
I told you.
Right,
Yeah,
the
Cameron's
updated
coming.
version of Catherine is coming out
Full
this
body.
yeah, I hope that's good.
Oh,
I
also,
really enjoyed
whatever-
the original.
Whatever
So-
Persona 5 R is, Persona 5 Racing.
Yeah. People
Yeah.
are Persona 5 racism. Futaba says the N-word on stream. But
Oh, Mario Kart
No,
Tour. Oh, that's
that's a mobile game.
That's a mobile game. Oh, okay.
But people are speculating that P5R is either like an updated version, kind
Oh,
of
a
like
racing
P4
game?
Golden, or P3 FES, and
Racing
there's
online.
rumors of it being also ported to Switch. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Psychonauts 2
Yeah.
is coming out this year.
Yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is a Switch exclusive.
Switch exclusive. And
That's
it's
so
looking good.
weird to me. Why is that a Switch exclusive? It came out of nowhere.
Were the previous games Nintendo exclusive?
No, they were on
Huh.
Xbox and shit
Yeah,
like that.
I remember.
And then
I
this
had-
one's just like,
I-
nah, fam, Switch only.
Switch
If you want to
only.
play as
Buy
Ultimate
the
Alliance,
Switch.
you need a Switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney trilogy. It's coming
Oh,
out.
That
on Nintendo
game,
Switch.
all right. So I love the Ace Attorney trilogy, but that game is quickly becoming like the another Resident Evil 4, where they
Oh
just
my God.
fucking put it on every console. And to
Oh
be
my
fair,
God.
the Ace Attorney trilogy is amazing, but it's hilarious just how many times they've re-released it.
Guys, they're coming out with Planetarian.
I swear, I thought you were about to say Planet Sheen.
No, they're coming out with Planetarian, the Reverie of a Little Planet.
Wait,
it's
that's
gonna be
coming
on
out
Nintendo
this year?
Switch. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that only for Japan though? I'm not
I
sure.
don't know. I really hope not.
Yeah, that's a really short VN, by the way. You could read it in like 2 to 3 hours.
Oh yeah, no. It looks like it's coming out. So it's coming out on Windows. No, it already came out on Windows, but it's coming out on Nintendo Switch worldwide.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's great. I might pick that up then. It's been forever since I read it, and it's a really short VN, so I'd recommend
Yeah.
it to everyone.
Also,
Getting
watch
taste
the,
of what
watch the anime adaptation.
he is
It's really
like.
good.
I remember, so that VN got an ONA adaptation, original net animation adaptation, and it literally only takes like under 2 hours to watch the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
series because it's
4
a really
episodes.
short VN. Yeah, and this fucking guy Lawrence, he's like, I'm gonna take a break, and he finishes it like a week later, and I'm just like, bruh, it's literally less than 2 hours. How?
And then I just went back and just watched the entire thing together.
Yeah, it was weird. Oh, Yoshi's Crafted World is
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out this
is
year.
that really gonna be good? I'm kind of.
It looks pretty good. I think the title is
It looks
dumb,
alright, yeah.
Crafted World, but like it looks
Steins Gate
cute.
Elite
It looks
is
fun.
coming out.
Yeah, that still feels a little weird to me because it's just like the anime cutscenes with like some of the VN text, but I think I will get it because it has one of the side VNs
Yeah.
like bundled in.
Ooh,
I never
Lego
read it.
Movie 2. I love a good Lego game. You know me.
A new
actually
Wolfenstein.
I actually got Lego Lord of the Rings for free from Humble Bundle. They were giving it out for free, which is really
yeah.
nice. Go check them out.
Oh yeah, and I got all the Sonic games from the Humble Bundle, so I'm looking forward to
nice.
eventually
Yeah.
playing that. Yeah.
Devil May Cry 5 is coming out this year.
I said that.
Oh shit, sorry.
Jump
Jump Force.
is
Yeah,
coming
Jump
out, which
Force.
I just got a side comment. It's really weird because there was a leaked character the other day. Like, for one, we finally know that Jotaro is finally fucking coming, which is weird because you think they would announce JoJo way earlier. But like,
Yeah,
JoJo
it was-
or Jotaro?
JoJo's super old. No, Jotaro is one of the JoJos.
Oh.
yeah, he's in like part 3, I
Okay.
believe.
Yeah.
But for some reason, there's a Dragon Quest character coming to Jump Force, and the only reason why they're coming, and no, it's not because Toriyama does art for the games. It's because there was a Shonen Jump Dragon Quest manga back in the day, and that protagonist is from that manga.
Oh,
And I'm like, there's a bunch of Shonen Jump characters still not here, but like you have this obscure Dragon Quest manga character as a guest in this.
Man, I want to like that game because it's cool, like having this crossover and all that, but it just looks so ugly. The art style looks so bad.
I agree. Like, it's the same Jump Force. It has the same problems as Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It probably plays alright, but it just aesthetically, it just looks really weird because it uses realistic textures and it looks ugly.
Like seeing Yugi in like a realistic light is so bizarre.
I have the Jump Force game for PS4, the one that came out.
The J-Stars.
J-Stars.
Yeah, I was about to say that game didn't come out yet, Lawrence.
No,
Time traveler.
There's just nothing like. This is my thing about that game. Cool that we get all the characters. What really sucks is that almost none of them have really that much like uniqueness to them. It's a punch is a punch. Okay. Like there's no like.
It's not like Smash.
Right. Like everyone has their own unique attacks. Like I play as Luffy. If I learn how to play as Luffy, I can play as Goku. I can play as Frieza. I think Frieza is like Adamant.
So there's no uniqueness basically.
Right.
Like nobody.
And so that's
nobody
the only
feels,
thing that really makes me feel weird about the Jump games and I know Jump Force looks really good because it looks like it's a big improvement.
If you want to play like a really good Shonen Jump crossover game, play Jump Ultimate Stars on the DS. Because that game, it is
fucking going all over the place to find that game for you, Ray, you asshole.
Some of the people waiting for that game, some small section of the like Shonen fan base was kind of harassing the Ace Combat 7 director for like news of the game, which was really weird because he is literally not involved in that. So I don't know why they're like, yo, but where's Jump Force though? And he literally, I think he replied and he's like, I don't know, I don't work on that.
Where's Medaka?
It was weird.
A lot of cool characters, though. I will admit, I like it.
It is cool seeing like all these shonen characters. I just wish it didn't look so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Also, there's still a lot of characters missing. Like, I'm glad Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia is in the game because he's from a newer Shonen Jump franchise, and I wouldn't expect him to show up since it's mostly Let me finish my damn sentence. Because like most of this game's roster is only mainly classic Shonen Jump characters, so I wouldn't expect him to really show up. But now I'm just hoping that some other characters still make the cut. Like, I don't know if you don't know about this, Lars, but Koro Sensei is still not here.
What?
Yeah, he's not. Assassination Classroom's still not represented in Jump Force yet.
Who am I killing?
If it even is going to be. Aurelia is not here. Bobobo is not here.
Who am I killing?
But
you can't kill Bobo.
Oh man. So I'm trying to think. Wolfenstein, a new Wolfenstein game's come out this year.
Oh yeah.
Far Cry New Dawn, is that like a Far Cry?
It's another Far Cry game.
Until Dawn.
No, what? It's a Far Cry game.
I know.
I was about to lose my shit again. Thank God you actually.
So, like I said, I love Lego Movie. That was actually one of my very first games on my PS4. I love a good Lego game, so I'm really excited for Lego Movie 2 and the Lego Movie 2 video game. Let me just say that.
Yeah. So one of the only EA Star Wars games that hasn't gotten canceled yet, the one by Respawn, who did Titanfall, is apparently still supposed to come out this year. Let's see if that's true, though.
As I said,
can't wait for
Psychonauts 2 is coming out. Oh, Luigi's
Yeah, I
Mansion
really
3.
hope that's good. I really, really hope that's good.
It
I'm gonna be
better
so
be.
sad if it isn't.
If not, they need to take the IP away from EA if it isn't.
Psychonauts 2?
Psychonauts 2 is coming.
No, he's talking about. Ray was talking about Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I was about to say Psychonauts 2 is not with
We were talking about Psychonauts 2 afterwards, though, so that there was a little confusion.
Fucking Tim Schafer. Oh my god.
Also,
he used all our
I
money
don't know
for
if
no
we mentioned
reason.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy's The Division 2 is coming.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know about that. I never played the first one. Didn't look interesting to me. I don't really think I'll play the second one personally. Oh, Shenmue 3 is supposed to come out this year.
Oh,
Hopefully.
yeah.
That was supposed to be quarter 3, wasn't it?
I think so,
I'm
yeah.
not sure. But yeah. Oh, Sekiro, the new From Software game, Sekiro, is coming out in March. That is going to be really cool. It's the same guys who made like Dark Souls and Bloodborne and stuff. That will probably be pretty cool.
You know what I really want them to like revisit at some point? Nights. Like,
the Dreamcast games?
Yeah, or
I just hope Sega
the last one
does new
was on the
games
Wii,
than Sonic.
right? The last installment in that franchise was on the Wii. Oh my god, that's such a beautiful game, and the character is just so unused. Like, I think she's only used
it's
in,
pretty unused at this point, sadly.
I think she's only used in
the Sega games crossovers.
in the
Yeah,
kart
like
racing games.
Yeah, I think he was in like Sega All Stars Racing.
And she's used occasionally in like the Sonic racing game, not Sonic racing, Sonic like the adventure games, or really whenever there's a casino level. You can
I
see
think
her.
the last game Knights was in technically is Sonic
Forces?
Lost World on the Wii U.
I was about to say Forces, because I'm pretty sure she's in
No,
Forces.
not Forces.
No, he's not in Forces.
No, like
in Sonic Lost
like,
World there was Knights DLC.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it might have been in Forces. Let me tell you, Forces. Oh my god. I bought that game, finished it in one day. That's it.
Yeah, it was hilarious seeing Lawrence saying, "All right, I'm going to start Forces." And then like 5 hours. All right, I finished Forces.
I still love how we spent an entire Black Friday evening looking for
Trying
that
to
game.
find that game.
And then he plays it for 2 hours. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like a lot of Sonic games are short because they're meant to be replayed.
No,
and stuff,
that game was
but, like,
unbearably short.
But that one, was like hilariously short. Like, oh, that's it, huh?
Remember, there was a guy. I think we talked about this in the podcast. There was a guy who returned the game.
Yeah, that was
we
bullshit. We did talk about it, and that, as bad as that game is, that is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
That's like way fucked up. It's just like, I'm returning it after finishing it because he beat it in like under 2 hours. And I'm just like, that's insane.
Yeah,
I would at least like. I know it would require them to like fix or like change it entirely or just experiment and see how it would work. But I kind of wish it would be like, if you have the game in your account for at least 24 hours afterwards, you can return it. I don't think you should be able to return it immediately, like after you're done with it.
Another thing, I mean, also we should realize that because there is a Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out this year, which everyone is just like, oh my god, no, please. Because there's probably going to be a game that comes out with it.
Oh man,
that's
Sonic
true.
The
There might be
game.
a movie tie-in game for Sonic.
Apparently
That
it's coming
does not
out
bode
November
well.
8th, 2019.
I can't wait for the next Sonic
wait,
generation.
No, never mind. Wait, yeah, no, I don't know. There might be a game. Who knows?
Well, we don't know.
I still love how we all thought it, like, maybe this isn't the real thing. Maybe it's just an intentional publicity stunt to gain traction. And then the other day we're at the movies watching Aquaman, and there's a giant Sonic the Hedgehog movie billboard with him on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh my god.
It's real, guys. It's not photoshopped.
Oh
It's
my
real,
God.
yeah.
And
So-
you know what? Jim Carrey as Robotnik? Sure, why not? He actually mentioned it at the Golden Globes when he was when Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh was making fun of him because he was sitting with the TV people. With the movie people, but he was like only in a TV show recently or something like that. And they were telling him, was like, you should be with the TV people, not with the film people. And he was like, well, actually, I just finished a movie. It's called Sonic the Hedgehog. And then and then they said, yeah, but you weren't in a movie last year, so. And then they actually asked him to move to the TV section. It was funny. It was obviously scripted, but it was pretty funny. He mentioned Sonic the Hedgehog while he was there. Not saying that it's gonna be good, but you know, I think
I wouldn't be surprised if that was part publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Like,
probably.
hey guys, Sonic the Hedgehog, go see it.
And James Marsden I like James Marsden as an actor. If you guys don't know him, James Marsden, he was in Enchanted. He was the prince, but also he was in Hairspray. He was Corny Collins. If you know the Hairspray from the recent Hairspray that came out in like 2007.
The remake.
The remake, yeah.
Ah.
So I love James Marsden, so I'm looking forward to see how they play. But honestly, I'm not really sure how I feel about Sonic. We don't know. Well, like, maybe this is all a troll. Maybe that's not really what he looks like. Galaxy Brain Theory. Yeah.
I'm trying to see what else there is. There's some indie stuff that seems kind of cool.
Steins Gate stuff. Linear bounded
There's
pentagram?
yeah. Well, I think that's the one that's packaged into Elite,
Into
but I'm not
Elite?
sure.
Oh, okay.
But there's like Sea of Solitude, which seems like a cool indie game. There's another one, the Pathless. There's some cool indie stuff coming out that looks pretty good.
Oh, Shovel Knight's coming out with a new game.
Yeah, I think it's an expansion though, isn't it? Like the
Showdown?
others.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fitness boxing is apparently like, I don't know, for some reason I've heard so many like weird good things about that game. That came out January.
I've never
4th.
heard of it.
It's a game where like you are play essentially as royalty free Wii Fit trainers, and you are using the Joy-Cons as boxing gloves.
Yeah, that's what
And
it
you
looked like
are
from the
doing
Switch
it
app.
you are doing it to certain songs by Five Sauce, Carly Rae Jepsen, Justin Bieber. So it's essentially like Just Dance but boxing with Wii Fit
Just
trainer
Box.
with royalty free
Just
Wii
Box.
Fit trainer.
Huh.
But it was like really like it really was popular for some reason. It got a 60 guys, it got like a 68 on Metacritic.
Huh.
Which is like surprising, you know? Because it's like it did better than a lot of other games that that did worse.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem Three Houses is coming.
Yeah, the Three Houses of the
I
Fire
think we
Emblem
also
game.
mentioned that. We're like just going
Yeah.
over a million things. But this
Grand
is one
Blue
we had. No, that's
Fantasy.
fine. But this is one I know we haven't mentioned. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, a new Ori game. That's a really beautiful looking art style game. I think it's still an indie game, but yeah, that's coming out on just Xbox One and PC at the moment. So yeah, Ray, you could play it. But
Sweet.
This one's cool. This THQ game, Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. Apparently it came out in 2003, but they're remastering it for the Nintendo Switch. It was I remember seeing this game on shelves, but I totally forgot that it existed.
Metro Exodus, a new Metro game is coming out.
Speaking of
that's cool.
Metroid,
I said Metro.
Right, but when is Metroid coming out? It's supposed to be.
We
coming
don't
out
know.
this year, right?
We still don't know.
We still don't know.
Yeah,
All we know is that it's a thing.
we still haven't gotten any
Sad.
updates since the announcement like 2 years ago at this point.
Sad, really sad.
Yeah, we don't even know a release date. That's the thing.
Oh, Final Fantasy.
That's why it's
9.
not in any of these lists.
Final
Oh, yeah, the
Fantasy
Final
9 and
Fantasy
Final
game.
Fantasy 7.
The Final Fantasy games are coming to Switch.
Right, those are coming to Switch. Oh, the Outer Worlds, the game by the people who made New Vegas, Obsidian. That's coming out this year, I think. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Especially after how bad Fallout 76 was.
Yeah. Also, a
gonna be
Luigi's
good.
Mansion 3 is coming.
Yeah.
That's coming. Yep.
Wow, this is gonna be a really good year for video games.
Yeah. It already is. We got fucking Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Starting up.
I'm looking forward to it.
And
It's
Kingdom
gonna be a
Hearts
good
3.
year.
I'm buying that as soon as I can as well.
I
Starting
am
strong.
probably gonna hold off on buying that until I play the first two. Well, okay,
I'm
but
telling you,
first two plus the everything else. 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
Well, you already have those, don't you?
Yeah, I have them all. I just have to play them.
Oh, okay.
But apparently it takes more than 100 hours to play through it. So
Well, no. If you try to go for 100%, it will take a while. For each game, it'll definitely take a while because some of them take forever.
But it doesn't really add any more story to it, though. Yeah.
For the most part, no, it really doesn't. So honestly, you could just play it through,
For the story.
see the story, like play the game, and then just move on to the next game. Just play in release order, and you should be fine.
How long
If
does
you
the
want to
story
go back
take?
in the future to do the side stuff, you can.
How long
but
does the
that's-
story
it's
take
there.
for each game?
We could look that up on howlongtobeat.com.
Yeah, I love that. I love that website.
Yeah,
Everyone should
I go to
check
it all
that
the
out.
time.
But while you're checking that out, we are sponsored by Audible.
we are what?
I love how Eric had to do a double take for a second.
Because you got cut out, so I couldn't hear you.
Oh no, I said we are sponsored by Audible.
Oh,
Audible.
No, we're not.
If you look
No,
into
we're
the
not.
if you look in the description, you'll find somebody else's.
No,
Audible
you
link.
won't.
That was
okay.
actually,
So
Eric,
Kingdom
that was a
Hearts,
joke
the
that we
main
made.
story is around 27 hours, it
Oh,
seems.
okay, not bad.
Kingdom Hearts 2, like,
going
around
through,
30.
Okami in around that time, so that's not too bad.
Okay, this is weird. So, Kingdom Hearts 1, it says the main story is 27 hours. The final mix version of Kingdom Hearts 1 says it's 23. Don't know how that makes sense, but okay. Let's just say around 20 to 27 hours. Kingdom Hearts 2 final mix is like around 30 hours. What else is there? Rechain of Memories is like around 20 something hours. So yeah, pretty much every game that's not the movies, obviously, because they're movies. You just watch them and that's it.
Right.
Are around like 20 to 30 hours. You're not watching the movie first. What?
No. I'm saying the Kingdom. So right now I'm trying to finish Okami. That's like a big thing for me. I think
you're getting cut out a lot lately.
The first games that I think I'm going to play, I think after I beat Okami, is going to be the Kingdom Hearts games, because I do want to get to Kingdom Hearts 3 at some point. I really do.
Yeah, they're fun. You don't have to go for 100% like I did. I just did that because I started early in my marathon to get ready for Kingdom Hearts 3. I started that like last year.
Damn, I cannot believe it's already here.
Yeah, it's out in Japan.
Yeah.
It's out in Japan right now.
All over Twitter, let me tell you.
This is funny as hell. So people, there have been spoilers leaking already, like people uploading like secret bosses and the ending and shit like that. People have literally been uploading stuff to Pornhub from Kingdom Hearts 3 as well.
Yeah.
Like the secret ending and shit like that. So that's just hilarious to me. Like, even when you're jacking off, you're not safe. You might run into a Kingdom Hearts spoiler.
Yo, that's the funny thing. Like, this is an actual thing that happens. Like, people covertly upload content from anything, like, onto Pornhub, like, if it's not openly available on YouTube. So, like, there was this one time that I saw the Dragon Ball Z Broly trailer on there. And the funny thing is, it didn't say what the user was. Like, there was literally no name attached to the upload, but it had a check mark next to it. So my galaxy brain theory is, what if this is Funimation covertly uploading the trailer to Pornhub?
RIP.
There's a lot of like funny things like that on Pornhub. It's weird, like the Pornhub community is honestly pretty chill and not as like, I guess, toxic as a lot of other like communities like on YouTube and such. Because I've seen shit where like people will literally like I'll admit it. Yes, I watch porn, but there was one porn video I was watching on there, and I scrolled down to the comments, and some guy literally asked like how to cook a certain thing, and the people were helping him. They were replying. It's like, oh yeah, you just gotta do this, mix in with the flour and all that shit. And I was like, wow,
a legit conversation,
like a legit like conversation, helping the dude out and stuff like that.
You know what the sad thing is? If you post that same shit on YouTube, like, yo, can you guys help me how to cook this thing? Like, people probably like, nah, fam, fuck you. Or, like, they'll troll him. Or something
they'll like make fun of you and shit like that. On Pornhub, they literally just start doing that.
Just help you. It's like, hey man, we're all here for the same reason. Let's help each other out.
That's probably another thing I think too. It's like, there are a lot of toxic communities, and one of them I was talking about to a friend of mine the other day that.
What?
Sorry, jerk.
You get cut out like every other second.
All right, but there are there are a bunch of like toxic communities on the internet, and I was just talking to my friend the other day about this, that Reddit surprisingly is extremely like, it's such a positive community.
Reddit?
Honestly, it is. And
I wouldn't say that. I think it depends on the subreddit.
That's probably true, but I think at least the ones that I've been a part of, everyone is actually just like, they seem to be really positive. And like, there was one that I was looking at where the guy was like, one of the subreddits I follow is Today I Fucked Up by XYZ, right? It's a fun subreddit, and one of the guys in the comments said, "I start my new job today," and everyone was like, "Good luck with that," and like, they were kind of like positively reassuring him, and I was just like, "Wow, no, the internet."
I think there's definitely plenty of like non-toxic subreddits on there for sure, but I've seen plenty of toxic ones. I don't think it's
oh, absolutely.
You'd be painting a huge broad stroke if you're like, all of Reddit is not toxic. It's like, no.
Yeah, and I could say the same thing about Pornhub. I've seen not as great things being on there too.
Are you just like not talking near your mic? Because seriously, they're like intervals of like straight up 5 to 10 seconds.
So
where
apparently
you just get
the
cut off.
audio is actually showing up on OBS really well. I don't know if it's just Discord.
Well, it's weird because I listen to past episodes of the show, and every time Eric mentions that you get cut off, your audio is fine, but that could be because you're the one recording, so...
Maybe.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
The people on the other end won't be able to hear the cut off.
Absolutely.
Well, now the people know that the only reason I mention it is because he literally, to give an example, earlier when he started mentioning it. So yeah, I've been hearing a lot about sub... My friends are... And I'm like, what?
My friends are subs.
I'm like,
Bro.
I mean, he's not wrong. Wink. But...
What?
But yeah, no, so... I mean, look, I think YouTube comments are some of the most toxic
for sure.
communities ever.
Yeah,
I go on there and I just see like the worst
there
things
is no
ever.
reasoning with them.
But like I go on like I can go on Pornhub and like there really aren't like people are pretty supportive of each other. I think obviously there are people who would want to get their dick on whatever. But then
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, but then there are also like on Reddit also I just feel like there are toxic communities, but I feel
got my dick on you.
I feel like there are less toxic communities there, and I feel like obviously I follow different subreddits, and certain subreddits are less toxic than others, but I feel like everyone's just like kind of on there just to like find out new things, look at new things, and and like I also like to use this example, like they have the Reddit Secret Santa every year, which is always really nice and reassuring.
That's always really cool. I always forget to sign up.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It's always really cool because it's like, wow, that's like that helps me, and like it does help restore my faith in the internet,
Well, I mean, at least to me, in regards to like toxicity with like fan base stuff, I've learned with all my time on the internet that it's really not fair to write off an entire fan base as like really shitty or toxic and all that, because the vast majority of the time it really is just like vocal minority bad apples that really give like the fan base a bad name, and that's basically it.
Yeah,
and I admit
judge
there are
30 people off of 8 million.
Yeah, like, and I admit like there are probably some fan bases where it seems like there's more like weird bad people, like bad apples than others, but honestly I think most of those are just you have to consider that a lot of those are probably just from fan bases that are bigger than some other fan bases.
Right.
Like one that gets pointed out all the time is Sonic and all that.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, yeah, there's plenty of bad apples in the Sonic fan base, and it's kind of fucked up that they're basically like the easiest target, because Sonic as a franchise is an easy franchise to hate because of all the bad games that have come out from it. But no, I do think that vast majority of Sonic fans are completely normal, rational people and all that. There is a subsection that's really like dumb and are bad apples, and you could argue that it's more than the amount of bad apples you see in a fan base, but I think you have to consider is that Sonic is literally one of the biggest names in the world, like one of the biggest gaming franchises. So in turn, you gotta like, I guess, consider the ratio is what I'm saying. Like when there's, I mean, the franchises make getting a movie, as much as it looks bad, it just goes to show just how much market and how much of a household name Sonic is. When, like, you can't say, oh, Sonic has a worse fan base because I met 80 more bad apples in that one compared to this fan base, when the fan base you're comparing it to is only, like, maybe 1 million people, when for Sonic it's, what, 20 or whatever? Like,
Yeah. I think, and I think that's perfectly, that's a perfectly good example. I think there are a lot of people, it is just really, like, as you said, like, Ray and I have had a lot of experiences with the Brony community where we notice there are people who are very toxic, and then there's people who are just kind of chill about it,
Yeah, some people make some of the most beautiful fucking art I've ever seen on this damn planet, and then you got some people who are just complete total
don't go there.
Yeah, but like you guys know, yeah. Dude, he listens to this podcast.
But yeah,
cut it.
But yeah, no, I think that's something that, like, that it does bother me, but also I'm just like, you know what? And like the state of YouTube is just a different story right now. I don't want to move in too much into like the politics of
YouTube
it.
just sucks.
YouTube just sucks. Like I watch it. There are a bunch of like YouTubers I go and I still watch. Like I watch Yes Theory. I still watch, but like the people I used to watch, like FouseyTube, yeah, they just all crawled in a hole and just like I don't like them anymore. Even McJuggernuggets, who I really spent a lot of time watching.
McJuggernuggets, I love that name though.
Oh my, yeah, that's a good name. But like, oh my god, he just like they all just fell into fame and popularity, and it's just like not really cool anymore.
When it comes to YouTube these days, I just tend to try and follow the people that are not crazy and let the shit gets to their head.
Exactly.
Like Jonny.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I like I like people like him that are just level-headed, chilled. You never really see him like get into controversy because he knows that would destroy his life.
Yeah, Chugga Conroy also still a really great Let's Player.
I watch a lot of like video essay people. There's a guy called Nitro Rat who's super cool. He makes a bunch of videos just on games in general, and he goes in depth just talking about like the gameplay and stuff. And yeah, he's super cool, and he's just really chill. There's no controversy surrounding him because he knows, dumb idea, your life would be ruined if it came out.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I think, there's so much to like, there's so much going on with YouTube now that I just like, nowadays I just use it to catch up on TV. Like I watch obviously the Marvel podcast because every day there's like, some guys like Everyday Awesome, he releases a new like superhero related video every day. Emergency Awesome, sorry. And I watch it because I like to hear his theories about like what's going to happen next in the Marvel universe, or he also watches the DC stuff, and so he knows all the DCEU stuff. He knows the Titans, which really suck. He knows all of the he knows he's a good source. Like he's not like he gives his theories and he makes it clear like these are just theories that I
like
have.
YouTubers like that.
Like and he gives evidence like, and he says like this is not just something I like, and he will say like, oh yeah, this is something I like and I'd like to see this here, but we don't know if Marvel's going to do it. Something like that. And he like even shows his excitement when like something actually happens, when like a trailer drops. He's like, and he does it in a calm way. He's like, guys, holy shit, we got a new trailer. Let's break it down. And it's really cool. Every second of the trailer matters.
I especially like the YouTubers that like, they don't really edit their videos. They just turn on the cameras, then just start talking into it. And like, one could say like, oh, how come you don't just edit your videos? But like some of these YouTubers, they can say some really good shit and just like, you don't need any music. You don't need any impressive, fancy editing skills. You don't need to put pictures on the screen. Sometimes these people can just talk about like stories or experience they had or upcoming news. And as long as it's in good quality, it's really good stuff and they're really good people to follow.
Right. Exactly.
Or you can follow someone like DSP and rip your hair out wondering how someone like him exists.
Right. No, exactly.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
Do you know about him, Ray?
I've heard.
Oh boy. Do you know about him, Lawrence?
I've heard. I've also heard.
Oh man.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Like for every good YouTuber, there's like at least 20 more infamous YouTubers I know of.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we've obviously talked your guys' ear off. I think we'll have.
We've been going for over 3 hours.
Shows,
how long was this one?
3 hours.
Over 3 hours.
But it shows that we still have a lot to talk about. We're not dead yet, guys. And we, obviously we have not been around.
This podcast is proof that there is so much to talk about.
There's still so much to talk about, and there's still so much we have to talk about.
We got to talk about our newfound fetishes from 2019.
Yeah, you're right.
We got to talk about Smash Brothers. We got to talk about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is right.
Yeah, and eventually when we have to talk about we still have to talk about Daredevil and when Punisher we watch.
All right, we got to talk about some other stuff.
We still have to get back to a lot of things, guys. So this is our motivation right here. Seek discomfort. It is uncomfortable for us to come back every 6 months and say, hey, we're back, because we always keep promising to you guys that we want to that we want to provide something for you every week, and then we don't, and then we always mess up, and then we say,
And the truth-
"Oh, rip," and we make our own jokes about it, but then we come back, we admit it, we seek to, we are seeking discomfort in that way, and that's something that we love to do. It's something I love to do personally. I love talking to these guys. I love putting out content for you guys. It's fun. It's cool. Even if we're not going to become ever YouTube famous, doesn't matter to us anymore.
Which I honestly don't mind because, I prefer the podcast having just like a small cult following,
Right.
since we don't have to worry about a crazy fan base like we just mentioned earlier.
Well, I mean, we
Just-
do have that one fan that only cares about Isaac. So
This
I
is a
wonder if
shout
she's
out to
still
you, by the way. Isaac was here. He's just not here anymore.
yeah,
Yeah, you have to go for family reasons.
But yeah, and you know what? We're gonna try and come back, honestly. And this is motivation. The fact that we
no,
still
we
have,
definitely will. All right, see you guys 6
we
months
have
later.
so much. We have so much that we still have to talk about, and we're gonna try and get this out as soon as possible. So when you
I wanna,
listen to this,
I wanna
to it
say,
right now.
I was gonna mention some other things we want about. I was gonna say that you wanna talk about K&K, Karen no Kyokai.
Oh right,
'cause I got you.
no.
I got
We
you
will.
to start watching that, and I
Yeah.
wanna say,
I
I
talk about
wanna
all the series.
I
I've
want to
also
talk
been
about all the
watching,
Fate
too.
stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm so afraid I'm gonna accidentally mispronounce it as Feet. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about all the Feet stuff.
And
on
then,
the
I
podcast.
want to talk about all the shows I've been watching. Like, I watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I watch I watch Crazy Rich Asians. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about, I went back and I rewatched, like, Burn Notice. And, I want to talk about all this stuff. And it's really cool to talk about because it's, like, something I found interesting. I know some of you guys will find interesting, and I like doing this sort of thing. And so we really do look forward to coming back, hopefully next week or the week after. But I'd like to do it next week if we could. So
Definitely, yeah. If not, at least, bi-weekly would probably be the best bet.
let's not
we-
make promises.
Yeah.
Let's just say next Thursday
we
we're
do
gonna
have
try
our
and
own
record
life,
another
and,
podcast.
there will be problems that will come up. There will be times when we're not just unable to record for one reason or another.
And we'll make
Sometimes
it clear.
maybe we're
But
just
this
We
not
is
in
might
the
the
die
year.
for all we know.
This is the year. This is the
You
year we
joke
want to
about it,
make
but it
things
could
happen.
actually happen. But
Yeah. This
Jesus.
is the year we want
Yeah.
to make good on those promises, and we want to make things happen, right?
oh wow,
Ray and I,
commercials on
we,
right now.
Ray and I, we went to Chinatown a few weeks ago. We did a vlog.
That's
We're
right.
going to go through that footage and get it to you as soon as possible. We said we wanted to get it out as quick as possible. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of footage, and we want to know. I do want to show you some of those key moments, like when we were bargaining, where I didn't want to show too much of it because a lot of it just didn't really make too much sense. You couldn't really hear too much, and I don't know if I really want to include, but I do want to include some of it, just so you guys can see it. But in general, like the Chinatown vlog, I really want to put out as soon as possible. And then I do want to put out this one as soon as possible. So obviously when you see this, you've seen it, and hopefully you like the new effects that I'm trying to work with. I'm trying to learn some After Effects, and so hopefully you guys will like it. If you do, drop a thumbs up. If you like the content that we're doing, obviously drop a thumbs up. But yeah,
2019 is our year, guys.
2019 is
Coming
our
out
year.
with some big stuff.
So we'll
You're the fetishes.
hopefully we'll see you next Friday for another episode of the podcast.
Assuming we get this out on time, yeah.
Next Friday, next Saturday, we'll see. All right, guys. Anyways, thank
All
you
right,
so
guys.
much for joining
we'll
us.
See you 6 months from now when we say we're sorry once more.
Yep.
Then we record another 8-hour podcast.
But remember,
Our
guys,
next
we go
podcast
dark.
is at the panel, and we just
Special-
say we're sorry.
special thanks to our sponsors, Audible and NordVPN.
They're not our sponsors.
We don't have any sponsors.
We don't have sponsors. All right. Anyways, guys, my name is Royal
Sponsored by
Lorenzo.
our favorite fetishes listed here. Then we'll just put them in the description.
I'm the Blue Squid. Also, I am now streaming on Twitch. I'm trying to make a schedule, so please.
I am
Look
now
forward to
streaming
that.
up. Trying to make schedule, please.
I'm now streaming on Twitch for any of you that didn't actually catch it. So
Ray, you hear
please-
it too, right?
Yeah, I hear it too.
So please come and catch me on that. My name is the same thing, Royal Dude Lorenzo on Twitch. I just played some Cuphead earlier today. I'll probably play something tomorrow on the weekend.
Did
Something.
you beat that boss, by the way?
No, fuck that boss. Alright, guys. My name is Royal Dude Lorenzo. I will catch you guys later in the Blue Squid.
My name is Ray, also known as Meatloaf Man. Check out all of our stuff on our other channels, please. And yeah, we previously had Isaac the Red Squid and
Henry's
Henry.
still here, apparently.
Whenever
Henry's
he
apparently
wants to be
still
asleep.
here. He probably
He's
fell
apparently still
asleep.
here, but his mic is on mute. So, but
His mic's been
Yeah,
on
we
mute
have
for
those
like
guys.
over 3 hours.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. And last but not least,
Eric.
Yay!
Squid.
Follow him.
Yeah, sure.
Estrella
Follow him.
_Eric.
That's not my hat anymore.
Yeah,
Look
okay.
forward to new podcasts, new vlogs, new videos from
New
us.
streams.
All kinds of new content.
And maybe
2019 is our
we'll
year,
even
guys.
do a stream together. Who knows?
Maybe we'll do.
play.
We have
play some
talked
stuff.
about.
Yeah.
We'll play Shower with Your Dad Simulator
Oh,
again.
that was great.
Look forward to when our panels of videos eventually come out.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
All right.
Bye. Be safe, everyone.